Chapter 1141. Outside the door was a beautiful middle-aged woman. When she saw a man in the courtyard, she couldn't help but be surprised. However, upon closer inspection, she realized that this handsome and charismatic man looked very familiar. Dragon Subduing School of the Dragon Subduing School, Chen Shang. Shui Shenxian was Chen Zhang's wife and Leng Yulin was Chen Zhang's recognized sister. Everyone knew that, so it was normal for Chen Shang to be here. Yulan, calm down. Shui Shenxian pulled Leng Yulin and said to the beautiful middle-aged woman, Sister C, send the people from the secret hall to investigate, and at the same time remove the people from there, then send a few experts to pretend to be normal disciples. See if we can lure those people out. If they discover the presence of the ghost killer, let the people of the Dark Hall kill them all, and do not leave a single one alive. Quote. Chen Shang had also fought with the ghost killer before, so he was a group of people who used extremely strong hidden weapons with poison. Alright, I got it. I have the latest news. I will report back. This beautiful woman called Sister C looked at Chen Shang and quickly left. I have killed 10 silver-masked ghost killers before, do you want me to help? If you go against Divine Weapon's heavenly country in Chen Martial Continent, it would be equivalent to going against Super Martial School in Dan Fragrance Pure Land. It should be a sect with a bit of power. Chen Shang said. Bro, bring me along. Leng Yulin was extremely furious. You actually dared to make a move on our Divine Weapon sect members, I'll definitely let this group of fellows die a horrible death. Shui Shenxian said. Yulan, investigate who did this first. That place is so big, if you go there, you'll scare them away. Where are you going to find those bad guys? Quote. Chen Shang patted her head and said. That's right, we'll listen to Shenxian. When we can make a move, she'll definitely go with you. Leng Yulin nodded, then said. Big brother, senior sister and I are busy with research on formations, you should go play somewhere else first, and come back tonight. Good girl, Chen Shang laughed. Chen Shang left the Divine Weapon's heavenly country and came to the Super Martial School through the transmission array. What surprised him was that the Super Martial School's leader had already changed, and it was no longer Ji Yu Dongchen. The new Super Martial School was called Chen Jutian. He looked like a middle-aged man, but he was a warrior who had just undergone the Nirvana tribulation. He recognized Chen Shang, who had already entered the Super Martial Profound Realm when he was still a little kid. Elder Chen, I never thought that you would become a leader, haha. Chen Shang patted Chen Jiatian's shoulder. Ji Yu Dongchen, Wu Kaming and the others from the older generation were definitely going to ascend, so when they transferred the position of the leader, the other sects were also going to ascend. Kid, you're leaders, and you're much more famous than me. Chen Jiatian laughed. After chatting with Chen Jiatian for a while, Chen Shang went into the Super Martial Profound Realm. Huang Jintian, Ji Yu Dongchen and Wu Kaming were currently cultivating in a forest. The moment Chen Shang came in, he could feel their auras and then came over. Little bastard, your body smells like a woman. Where did you come from? Huang Jintian suddenly appeared behind Chen Shang and punched him heavily in the head, causing him to grovel on the ground and howl. Although Chen Zhang's strength had increased by a lot, he was still struck by Huang Jintian's fist. It could be seen how strong Huang Jintian had always been. Master, you old monster, Chen Shang scratched his head and cursed. Originally, he thought that he was pretty strong after facing the Nirvana tribulation. However, Huang Jintian's sneak attack was still unavoidable. Humph, without strength, how can I teach a little bastard like you a good lesson? Huang Jintian stared at Chen Shang and bellowed. You made such a huge ruckus in the Sacred Dan realm, you actually stole all 7 Chaos Fire tokens. When Wu Kaming and Ji Yu Dongchen heard that Chen Shang had arrived and came out of the forest, they couldn't help but laugh when they saw that their junior master had been taught a lesson by this old lunatic Huang Jintian. It's dangerous, you know. Huang Jintian seemed to know some things about the Chaos Fire token. Of course I know. Isn't it just summoning a 9-heaven devil palace or something? Chen Shang stood up and muttered. Isn't the 9-heaven devil palace powerful? Even the Immortal King and the Devil King had to die inside. This is a very harmful item, you know it, just don't get it out. Huang Jintian reprimanded her in a serious tone. Ji Yu Dongchen laughed. Junior Master, we will ascend very soon, and at that time, Master Ancestor will come with us as well. It's rare for you to come here, he will definitely seize every moment to teach you a lesson, in case you become too strong in the future, and lose to you. I guess so, Chen Shang laughed. Little bastard, we will be leaving soon. Can you hold on here? Is the Grand Elder by your side reliable or not? Did you spend a lot of money to get to the front door? And then he left. A guy with that kind of strength will definitely not stay for long. Huang Jintian said. He also felt sad to be leaving this land that he had stayed in for many years. No problem, Chen Shang said confidently. As the leader of the new generation, he wasn't afraid of being threatened at all. Huang Jintian said, the great war between three realms will officially start after we leave. The evil demon devils can't endure it any longer and they all fought to the end, so it's hard to persuade them to return. All we can do is to eliminate them. Our Chen martial continent's strength is still very strong, so you don't have to worry about that. After we go up, we'll all be a bunch of small fries. It's like starting from the beginning. Fortunately, your eldest senior brother has a pretty good foundation up there, so we'll be able to make a good living, so you don't have to worry about us. As for the matters of the super martial school, you don't need to care about it. You should properly stabilize your dragon subduing school, since I am very clear on the capabilities of your dragon subduing school. Chen Shang nodded. Got it. I'll come and find you soon. Quote. After chatting with Huang Jintian and the others for a while, Chen Shang left with a melancholy mood and came to the Dan Fragrance Pure Land. Right now, Wu Qianchen was the leader, and he should be flying high in the sacred Dan realm. Hua Shangyu had given her quite a few high-grade medicinal herbs, and she was also very rare, hence she did not dare to be careless. Furthermore, previously, even without Hua Shangyu, Dan Fragrance Pure Land was still able to function normally, and Wu Qianchen did not have to meddle in too many matters either. After Chen Shang entered the Dan Fragrance Pure Land, he immediately went into the cave that only the leader could enter. Chen Shang looked at the abandoned medicinal ingredients on the table and asked, are you planning to use the abandoned medicinal ingredients to refine your hands? Chapter 1142, Hand. How rare, I didn't think you would come find me. Wu Qianchen invited Chen Shang to sit, then poured tea for him with an extremely sweet smile on his face. There is a beautiful lady here, I will definitely come often. Chen Shang laughed. The fragrance on his body was extremely strange, and every time Chen Shang smelled it, he would feel an indescribable comfort. It made him want to hug Wu Qianchen and suck on that beautiful fragrance even closer. As Chen Shang helped Wu Qianchen organize those abandoned medicinal herbs, he asked, Shangyu is no longer here, are you used to it? Or go and stay with Shenxian and the others, but they seem to be very busy all day. Quote. We'll talk about it in the future. I will first raise my alchemy skills here, I can only refine high-grade ground-level pills, and have not become a Dan King yet. Furthermore, my strength is relatively low, and I won't be able to make my appearance. In any case, if he wants to raise his power, he'll have to do it alone. Quote. However, after being taught a lesson by Chen Shang, she had changed a lot. Now that she was in charge of the entire Dan Fragrance Pure Land, she seemed to be more low-key, and the people of the outside world almost didn't know that she was the leader, as they didn't know her foundation. Chen Shang felt extremely moved in his heart as he looked at the beautiful woman in front of him who wore plain clothes, but did not lose her composure. He and Wu Qianchen had shared many things in the past, and he deeply knew that Wu Qianchen was a very strong woman. Wu Qianchen saw that Chen Shang was staring at her, and did not even blink, and laughed. Don't you feel that it's embarrassing to look at others like that? Chen Shang laughed. You aren't shy now, anyway you're right here, and you look so nice, it's a pity that you won't come. Wu Qianchen smiled sweetly, as she organized the ingredients proficiently. Chen Shang asked, Qianchen, are you going to refine these ingredients into pills? Wu Qianchen nodded, and said, yes, this can increase my control over the pill furnace. If I succeed, I can still make use of the trash, which is one of the aspects that elder sister Shangyu wanted me to focus on. However, when I was with big sister Shangyu, I learned a lot of things from her. Furthermore, she helped me to raise my flame, so my blue star fire soul will soon evolve into a purple fire soul. At that time, I'll be able to refine pills with twice the results and half the effort. When Wu Qianchen talked about the blue star fire soul, he couldn't help but think back to that time when he was together with Chen Shang. If you dual cultivate with me, it can allow your fire soul to evolve even faster. Long Shui said, and it was even in Chen Zhang's voice. It was not the first time Long Shui had embarrassed himself in front of her in this way twice. This made Chen Shang have the urge to pinch her to death, repeatedly ruining his image. Wu Qianchen raised her head and looked at Chen Shang. Her face carried a faint blush, and she said in a low voice, "What a bad little scoundrel, and no wonder Big Sister Shangyu and the others kept calling you that. You were always like that when we were still in Super Dan Imperial College." Quote. Qianchen A. This. I'm just saying that if A. Chen Shang didn't want to explain himself, and didn't know how to explain either. He only wanted to grab Long Shui out and give him a good beating. Little naughty dragon, F*CKU, be more obedient. Chen Shang sent a sound transmission to Long Shui and roared loudly. I am helping you create an opportunity. If we don't go now, when will we? Long Shui was very unsatisfied. He felt that he had been struck by lightning. Wu Qianchen lowered her head and did not speak. The atmosphere was extremely awkward. She did not expect Chen Shang to so boldly say such words, although she was already used to it. Little scoundrel, hurry up and hug her, then kiss her. She likes you from the start, and you have your own ideas about her. Long Shui was very unhappy. Chen Zhang's heart also suddenly had this kind of impulse, as he stood up and fiercely hugged Wu Qianchen. Before Wu Qianchen could react, he felt his sandalwood mouth being blocked, and there was even a fierce tongue prying open her lips, entering her small and fragrant mouth, stirring wildly inside, grabbing onto her tongue. Hey! Wu Qianchen struggled a little, but she did not dare to bite Chen Zhang's tongue hard. And the more she struggled, the harder Chen Shang would hug her. That's right. Long Shui laughed out loud. She felt that she had done a great thing, but was jealous enough to let Su Meiyao pinch her cheek. Very quickly, Wu Qianchen turned soft, and under Chen Zhang's guidance, her soft and rough tongue was quickly wrapped around his hot tongue. The two of them tightly embraced each other and passionately kissed. After half a cup of tea passed, Wu Qianchen suddenly remembered something. He hurriedly pushed Chen Shang away and looked at him with a reddened face. I still have things to do. I can't accompany you to continue messing around. How is this nonsense? Chen Shang hugged her slender waist, licked his lips, and laughed. I still need to concoct pills. I'm not as carefree as you. Wu Qianchen let out a light sigh, leaned into Chen Zhang's embrace, and said gently, Chen Shang, thank you. You were the one who led me to this path. Chen Shang embraced the beauty that was as beautiful as jade, lowered his head slightly, and once again embraced Wu Qianchen's sandalwood mouth. This time, he kissed her very gently, and Wu Qianchen was not that awkward either. After a while, Wu Qianchen gently pushed Chen Shang away, and said softly, is that enough? I have a goal today, and I need to concoct some pills. You can come back another day. Chen Shang laughed and said, a lifetime is not enough. I'll help you get a blue fire soul right now and let you fuse it into a purple fire soul. Quote. Wu Qianchen anxiously pulled Chen Shang and said, no need, I can level up through the white flame heavenly horse, you don't need to take the risk. My physique is not like yours. It's not good for me to fuse too much, and it's also very painful. Quote. Wu Qianchen sent Chen Shang outside and said, Chen Shang, you have to be careful. DTN is currently very restless, and many people have plans for you. I know. Chen Shang gently caressed Wu Qianchen's hair and then left the Dan Fragrance Pure Land. Little scoundrel, quickly apologize to me and then thank me. This old lady has rendered a great merit. Long Shui said proudly. All right, thank you Heavenly Dragon Supreme Lord. When Chen Shang returned to the Divine Weapons Heavenly Country, it was already night, but Shui Shenxian and Leng Yulin were not there. After waiting for over an hour, he saw Leng Yulin return with a face filled with killing intent, while Shui Shenxian's expression was also ugly. Chen Shang asked anxiously, what happened? Leng Yulin said angrily, isn't it that dogshit of a ghost-killing school, actually causing such a ruckus? They knew that Master wasn't here, so they deliberately provoked our Divine Weapon sect, and they even had some sects supporting them. Chapter 1143. Many treasures were sold here, and now that Lu Munger was no longer here, it was normal for people to set their eyes on him. But to dare provoke the Divine Weapon sect, one would need to at least have a very strong power behind them, because the Divine Weapon sect, Icy Wind Valley, Dan Fragrance Pure Land and Divine Weapon sect were large alliances, even big powers would not dare to provoke them. Shenxian, do you need my help? Chen Shang was free right now. The people of the Ghost Killer and the Golden Sword sect have come to us today to ask us to sell them the Profound Gang's vein at a low price. That Profound Gang's vein is the most valuable vein our Divine Weapon sect controls. How could we give it to them? Shui Shenxian's brows suddenly revealed a trace of killing intent. It was a rare sight. Are they that daring? Who lent them the guts? Chen Shang had already decided to help Shui Shenxian. He had long planned to exterminate this small force that was making a ruckus all day. Devil race, those are the fellows from Devil Realm. Right now in that whatever ancient spirit great land, their strength is not bad, otherwise they wouldn't dare to do this to us. These bastards, they would bully our women. Leng Yulan said angrily. We have all learned good demonic techniques. If they chose to attack us, then they would be completely wrong. Shui Shenxian said. Chen Shang stretched his back and asked, are the people from the ghost-killing school and the Jin House sword sect still in the city? Leng Yulan snorted. Of course I am, I want to go and take care of this group right now. Chen Shang said. Tomorrow morning, Yu Lan, bring me to negotiate with them. If they don't get along well, we can make a move, but if the devil race is involved, we can just start killing them directly. In any case, those fellows from the devil realm S and our own human realm S have a hard time getting along. Leng Yulan was overjoyed. He looked at Shui Shenxian and said, Senior sister, what do you think? Shui Shenxian laughed. We'll do as your brother says. If we don't show them some colors, how can we let them see? You think I'm not easy to bully? Quote. Alright, I will go rest now and start a massacre tomorrow. Leng Yulan left excitedly. Before the sky brightened, Leng Yulan had already rushed into Shui Shenxian's room. Just as Chen Shang and Shui Shenxian calmed their hearts, the bedding was pulled away by Leng Yulan. Leng Yulan looked at the naked pair before him and said calmly, Get up quickly, I'm worried that those guys will run away. We should go earlier. Shui Shenxian's face was flushed red as he scolded with a smile. Yu Lan, be more polite next time. At least knock on the door. Senior sister, what are you shy about? I've touched your entire body and seen it before, what's the big deal? Leng Yulan felt that this was not a big deal. Leng Yulan stroked his white hair, looked at Chen Shang who was huddled up in the corner, and laughed. Brother, what are you shy about? Are you worried that I'll steal your eggs? Stupid girl, quickly turn around. Otherwise, today's operation will be cancelled. Chen Shang took out his clothes and quickly put them on. Leng Yulan stared at him and said, Even if I have to cancel it, I still want to go. What's the big deal? I don't want it even if you give it to me. It was said that when a man hung on to those two items and that item, didn't he feel it was a big hindrance when fighting? Will it hurt to be kicked? Quote. Chen Shang said helplessly. It will definitely hurt, and it will even hurt so much. Leng Yulan said naively. Then it must be very troublesome, so we might as well cut it off. If I cut it off, it should be able to make it a lot easier for you guys. Chen Shang was driven mad in his heart, while Shui Shenxian was smiling with his face flushed red. Yulan, although you're not a man, you'll know sooner or later that a man's treasure is very important to both of you women. After Chen Shang finished putting on his clothes, he kissed Shui Shenxian on the cheek and left the imperial palace with Leng Yulan. The sun had not risen, the dark city was very quiet. Leng Yulan slashed the gigantic white jade dragon sword on his shoulder while Chen Shang followed behind disguised as a follower. Yulan, do you know where they are? Chen Shang sent a sound transmission to Leng Yulan. Of course I know. Last night, when you were having fun in the room, I sent people from the Dark Hall to determine the location. Leng Yulan said. So the Secret Hall is an assassination organization like your Divine Weapon sect? Yeah, assassinations, investigation news and the like. Leng Yulan said, this was established by Master a long time ago. Chen Shang suspected that the people in this secret hall all had things like Death Haunting Arrow. Back then, Lu Munger said that he would create a batch for them to use. The Gold-Armored Sword Sect, the Ghost Killer is a small power recruited by the Devil Race, and there are people here from the Devil Race. Leng Yulan brought Chen Shang to the outside of a large house. Chen Shang told Long Shui to use the Heaven Tour method to check on the people inside, and lock on their locations. Leng Yulan stood in front of the gate of the house and knocked on it very politely. When the door opened, the old man saw that it was a white-haired beauty. His face was filled with fear. Who in Divine Weapon's heavenly country didn't know of Leng Yulan's name? And this white hair was her specialty. I'm here to negotiate with you. They will understand what I mean if you inform them. Leng Yulan said. Surprisingly, she did not barge in. When Leng Yulan saw Chen Zhang's doubtful expression, he stuck out his tongue. Senior sister had also said that you have to behave decently in your own territory and not cause any damage, don't underestimate me. The butler brought Leng Yulan and Chen Shang to a large hall and welcomed them. He had also instructed the servants to inform the people here. There are 20 in the Ghost Killer, 30 in the gold-armored sword sect, and 2 in the devil race. However, the people from the devil race are relatively stronger, and the devil race should be the one directing them to do things here. Long Shui said. Someone walked into the hall. It was 2 young men with dense demonic chi. One look was enough to tell that they were from the devil race. Behind them were 2 golden-faced ghost killers and 3 middle-aged men with golden swords by their waists. A fellow like the ghost killer can also be washed clean now. He dares to appear in broad daylight. Aren't you afraid of being killed? Right now, ghost killer is someone who needs to be killed. It's one thing for you to not keep a low profile in my territory, but you guys still want to force us to sell you. Although Leng Yulan was impulsive, it did not mean that she was stupid. Otherwise, she wouldn't have such strength now. When the 2 young devil races saw this mighty white-haired beauty in front of them, they revealed looks that seemed to want to take her for themselves. The number of silver-faced ghost killers were not many, and there were even fewer golden-faced ghost killers. Now that they were all working for devil race, it could be seen how strong he was. We lack profound gang. As long as you give us half of the load, we will pay you the corresponding spar. And you will even receive the protection of our devil race. Honestly speaking, both the ghost killer and the gold-armored sword sect are under my devil race's control. We sent them here to discuss with you guys, but we did not want you guys to think that your divine weapon sect and the devil realm were doing business. After all, human realm hates demons. The man from devil race said. On his waist was a black jade pendant. It seemed to hold quite a high position. Chapter 1144. Leng Yulan sneered. We are not selling, you guys better hurry up and leave. I do not welcome people like you here. You are right, our human realm hates people like you, so how can we do business with you guys? As for the ghost-killing school and the devil race, they had long since become extremely stinky, and now, the Jin House Sword sect should be arriving soon. Quote. The reason why I'm here today, is for you to quickly leave the divine weapon's heavenly country, and never step foot inside again. If you discover me, you will be killed without mercy. Leng Yulan's attitude was very clear. He was definitely not going to let the profound gang load, and he was even going to expel the devil race and the ghost-killing school. Don't think that your Chen Martial Continent sect alliance is already the best in the world. We have good intentions to chat with you right now. That is because we think highly of you. The young man's face suddenly turned cold. What is it? If you look down on us, are you going to just directly kill us? As expected of a fellow from the devil realm. Leng Yulan stood up and shouted in anger, get the hell out of here, I'll give you 1 hour, get out of divine weapons heavenly country. With regards to the ghost-killing school, Leng Yulan was already easy to deal with. If this thing appeared in the dragon-subduing school, it would have been ordered by Li Baojun to kill it long ago. Ha ha eh, what a powerful divine weapons heavenly country, a mere arrogant little girl, actually dares to tell us direct disciples of the devil race to scram. Since you all do not accept our kind intentions, then we will have to use force. Isn't it just a Chen Martial Continent? Are we still afraid that we won't be able to win? The young man laughed. The 2 golden-faced ghost killers also suddenly took action at this time, only to see them quickly waving their arms, releasing a torrential rain of gold needles. The gold needles were glowing with a purple luster, and with a glance, one could tell that they contained a highly toxic poison. Bastard! Leng Yulan swung his greatsword, and the ice wind and cold energy surged out like the waves of the ocean, freezing all the golden needles. The 2 men from devil race immediately pulled out a black long blade. The 3 middle-aged men from the golden sword sect pulled out their golden swords and pounced towards Leng Yulan. All of them were people who had experienced the 5 tribulations and 6 tribulations of the Nirvana realm. They were all extremely powerful. At the same time, they unleashed a berserk chi that shattered the entire house. However, just as they flew away, just as they released their violent powers, they felt their bodies floating in the air, unable to move. They could see that there were quite a few water dragons coiling around their bodies, and these water dragons were even frantically devouring their powers. Just as Chen Shang released the water dragons to wrap around this group of people, Leng Yulan's large sword had already slashed out, chopping down golden-faced ghost killers head first, then the 2 demon lords' men, and finally the 3 middle-aged men of the golden sword sect. Was very familiar with decapitating. In just a few moments, all of their heads were chopped off by her. The secret hall, clean up this place. The rest should be some small fries. Leng Yulan said solemnly. Chen Shang only saw a few black lights suddenly flash, and with an extremely fast speed, they entered the house, and then he heard many miserable cries. Bro, it's so good to be with you. Lang Yulin laughed and then took out all of their storage magic treasure-s. Hang the heads of these two golden-faced ghost killer-s up, and let them know the power of our divine weapon's heavenly country. If they enter, golden-faced ghost killer will definitely die. Lang Yulin and Chen Shang arrogantly left the house, but the sky had just started to brighten. When he returned to the palace, Shui Shenxian saw the happiness on Lang Yulin's face and knew that the matter was progressing smoothly. We have already sent people to inform Super Martial School and the others of what the devil race has done to us. Furthermore, I just received news that Super Martial School's Jiyu Dongchen, Wu Kaming and even Huang Jintian had flown up to Heaven Realm. Shui Shenxian said. Looked at the sky and let out a long sigh. Accompanied by the rise of Huang Jintian and the others, a new era was coming, and this era belonged to them, the youngsters. But today, the demons were rampant, and they were attacking human realm without restraint. Shui Shenxian said, Yu Lan, we need to quickly arrange a good profound realm. Lang Yulin's eyes lit up. Master and the profound realm sis have refined them, they are now of use. We have to hurry and finish them. How should we arrange it? Chen Shang knew that Dongfang Xinyue and Lu Meng'er were refining the profound realm before, but it seemed that they had succeeded. That array disk is currently absorbing energy, it will take around a month to finish. If it is done, we will have a very large profound realm, as big as an entire city. Shui Shenxian said. When the time comes, I need to go find some old friends. I will have them pay more attention to the Chen Martial continent. I always have a feeling that the Chen Martial continent will be very dangerous in the future. Su Yun said in a low voice. Chen Shang said. He regretted not asking why the ice dragon and super old fire beast chose to hide in the Chen Martial continent, and why the secular world his father lived in never appeared. In the next month, Chen Shang either condensed creation divine liquid during the day or went to find Wu Qianchen to get intimate with him. At night, he would be together with Shui Shenxian as they cultivated. This month, Chen Shang realized that Shui Shenxian and Lang Yulin were both very mature when it came to handling problems. It was obviously something he learned from Lu Meng'er. And now, the palace had opened an entrance, which was specially used to enter the profound realm, but it was empty inside, and required a few things to perfect, but they had already moved in, and the spirit chi was extremely dense. In the morning, the new profound realm absorbed the densest amount of spirit energy. Shui Shenxian laid in Chen Zhang's embrace, and said gently, Husband, you go back to busy yourself, your dragon-subduing school is much more dangerous than us, your dragon fountain is being watched by many great powers, and your dragon-subduing city's medicine industry is so flourishing, it will make many people jealous. We can handle this here. We won't have much to do when we get to the heaven realm in the future. Chen Shang kissed Shui Shenxian's fragrant lips, then got up and put on some clothes. Brother, if your dragon-subduing school needs any helpers, just call me. I will definitely rush over immediately. Lang Yulin laughed. Ha ha. Chen Shang kissed her forehead. Yu Lan, be more obedient and don't let Shenxian meddle. I know, don't be so girly. I hate these things the most. Lang Yulin giggled. Are you chasing me away? Chen Shang scolded. After bidding farewell to the two women, Chen Shang came to Devil Subduing College from the transmission array in the city. At this time, the pressure on Devil Subduing College was also great. Because of the rampage of the demons, many sects had sent their disciples in to learn the anti-demon arts, and this devil-subduing college was also viewed as a thorn by many demon-like forces. Chapter 1145. Chen Shang had only come to the devil-subduing college to take a look at Zuo Junxuan's current situation. This devil-subduing college had more and more disciples, and their scale was getting larger and larger. However, at that time, because of DTN, he did not choose to ascend, but chose to stay instead. Now, he continued to be the principal of the devil-subduing college, teaching him the demon-subduing martial arts, and at the same time protecting the devil-subduing college from the attacks of the demons. Elder Zuo, are you feeling a lot of pressure now? Chen Shang and Zuo Junxuan were on a tree-lined path within the academy. At this moment, the entire devil-subduing college was extremely tense, because every day, there would be a group of people leaving the place, heading towards the place where the demons had invaded the worst-case scenario. What I am worried about is that a powerful fellow will appear from the demon and devil realms. Right now, the more powerful one might be the great clan elder from the dragon-subduing school, but everyone can guess that the great clan elder would be very powerful, so he will not stay in DTN for too long. Therefore, your dragon-subduing school will also be in danger. Everyone knew what kind of strength the white tiger had, and everyone knew that this kind of rancor would only come out to help the dragon subduing school temporarily, but would never be able to hold on for a lifetime. But currently, no one in the dragon subduing school dared to move, because no one knew if the great clan elder was still around. This group of demons have all lost control. They are savage and savage. Many of the big heads in the demon and devil realms can't do anything about them, but the big powers in the demon and devil realms are also very happy to see such a thing, because those big powers can fish in troubled water, and get a lot of benefits out of it. Zuo Junxuan already knew that some of the powers in the demon and devil realms were doing something. Chen Shang nodded his head. That's right, Devil Race had sent people to attack Divine Weapons Heavenly Country earlier, and wanted to buy more than half of the Divine Weapons Heavenly Country's profound gang mines with a low price. Currently, all of the people who came to cause trouble in the Divine Weapons Heavenly Country had been killed by Leng Yulan, and their heads were hung on top of the city gates. Everyone in the south had heard of this matter, and they were extremely concerned about it as they thought that the Devil Race had openly attacked the forces of the human realm. I will arrange for some time to gather some of the big shots of the big powers to discuss about this matter. Right now, the losses of the human realm are already very heavy, and although the fierce demons have suffered a lot of casualties, they do not care, as there are many brainless fellows in the demon and devil realms. Zuo Junxuan was helpless towards such a thing, even the fierce demons were inciting him. Chen Shang said, I will make a trip to the profound cold ancient realm to find the demon empress and ask her about the situation. I will see if she has any way to control the evil demoness. Chen Shang was teleported from the Devil Subduing College to a large city that was relatively close to the profound cold ancient realm. Although the large city was located in the human realm, it was established and managed by the Demon Charming Association because it was very close to the demon realm. There were a lot of demons in the northern demon city. These demons were different from the evil demon, they were all the more kind. As long as they were not provoked, they could live in harmony with humans. When the northern goblin city was attacked by the evil demon, the ones who contributed the most to the battle were the powerful demons inside. When Chen Shang was in the city, he could smell the strong smell of blood, and outside the city, a big fire was burning down the rotten corpses. This place was closest to the profound cold ancient realm, and was also rather cold. Many people who wished to enter the profound cold ancient realm would either come here to make preparations, or to search for a group to enter. And the reason why Chen Shang came here, was on one hand to greet LV Qinlian so that she could look favorably upon the Chen martial continent, and that LV Qinlian had also promised Chen Shang before. Of course, Chen Shang also came here to sell his drunk god flower. He had condensed creation divine liquid for a month and brought out a lot of them, planning to trade with LV Qinlian for some good things. Even if LV Qinlian didn't have anything good, it would be good if he could exchange it with her. The Demon Charming Association was a profound realm. Although the profound realm was very big, there were not many female goblins in there. Chen Shang had heard from LV Qinlian that the Demon Charming Association would take out a large area of land to cultivate some poison flower, poison grass or even some pellets for alchemy. This profound realm was a little special. LV Qinlian was a demon formed from a lotus, so he had a natural advantage over plants and flowers. In the northern demon city, the most common things that came here were the things from the profound cold ancient realm s. Profounding were the most common, and the majority of the people that came here wanted to try their luck and get something out of the profounding s. Other than that, there were also many other items of the icy attributes sold here, such as ores, exotic flowers, herbs, weapons and Demon Charming Association's biggest business here was selling strange flowers and herbs. Although the Demon Charming Association Fei all used poison, they never sold poison flower poison grass, but they did sell antidote ingredients. Many alchemists who refined antidotes came to this place to look for some herbs. At the same time, the Demon Charming Association also sold primordial profounding, but the profounding they sold were all very expensive, because these profounding came from the depths of the profound cold ancient realm, and their shapes were strange as well. The Sky Demon Pavilion was the Demon Charming Association's shop in the northern demon city. It was huge, almost like a manor. After Chen Shang arrived at the Sky Demon Pavilion, he quickly discovered the reason why business was booming here. It was because there were many bewitching fairies here, and many people came to see these beautiful fairies. Even though they were watching, no one dared to lay a hand on them, or else they wouldn't even know how they died. It was said that in the past, there were people who took liberties with these imps. Previously, LV Qinlian had invited Chen Shang to the Demon Charming Association to take a look at some of the profounding, so he gave him an order badge. Chen Shang came to the front desk and displayed the order badge to the mature and charming woman, then said, "I have something to find her for, see if it's convenient for her now." "Please wait a moment, I'll go inform them right away," the lady anxiously said. She was extremely polite to Chen Shang. "I'll take a walk around here first." Chen Shang was extremely interested in these profounding. He came here to get some profounding to study, because these profounding contained a very terrifying and mysterious cold energy. That golden ape came again. This guy spends all his time here looking at profoundings, but rarely buys any. Even if he buys anything, he won't be able to get anything out. This guy can't be trying to seduce the spirit demon here, right? Shish, lower your voice. The Golden Ape clan is very powerful. After Chen Shang heard the discussions of the Golden Ape, he looked towards the hall displayed by the profounding. Only the strong people could enter, otherwise they would not be able to resist the intense coldness inside. Chapter 1146. The Golden Ape was very tall and sturdy. It wore a golden robe and was caressing a humanoid profounding. Chen Shang was also immediately attracted by the profounding, because it was like a beauty meticulously carved out of white jade. It had an extremely exquisite oval face and extremely clear facial features. It was hard to believe that this piece of profounding was formed naturally, it was simply too miraculous. Chen Shang walked into the hall that displayed profoundings. Seeing him walk in, many people were secretly shocked, because those who could enter, had decent strength. They never thought that such an unassuming middle-aged uncle would be so powerful. After changing his appearance, Chen Shang looked extremely ordinary, but right now, he had attracted some people's attention. "This big brother, what a great face. Is this your first time here? This is the Jade Man profounding that our Demon Charming Association has just dug out. If you need to buy it, the price can be reduced," a sweet-looking goblin said in a clear voice. Chen Shang looked at the price tag. It was actually 500 billion spar, it was outrageously expensive. However, in the last Golden Sun Saint Realm auction, the White Lotus profounding was already worth more than 1,000,000,000,000 spar, so it was still relatively cheaper. Chen Shang grinned and said, "If I can get a beauty like you out of there, I'll buy even 1,000,000,000,000. The lady laughed lightly. "Big brother, you are so funny. If you buy this profounding, as long as you take something out from it, we will return it to you. That is to say, if you're lucky, you can get something for nothing. Quote, if we're unlucky, we'll have lost 500 billion spar, and most of them are unlucky. We won't be able to get anything out of them, eh?" Chen Shang shook his head as he looked at the Jade Man profounding with the Chaos Divine Eye. The muscular man from the Golden Ape clan looked at Chen Shang with contempt and said disdainfully, "HMPH, if you think you can't take it, then stop playing with profounding. Profoundings are not something that just anyone can afford to play with." Playing with profounding, Chen Shang snickered in his heart. He was an expert at playing profounding. He was afraid that in DTN, the person who could get the most out of profounding would be him. Philosophic Stone S, Sky Stone and Rule Spiritual Bead, all of them were top-notch things. Chen Shang was very clear that the young people that were looking at profounding in the hall were mostly doing it for face. They thought that by staying here all day to look at profounding, they had sufficient understanding of them and could even play profounding. As for the shops, they were tricked by this kind of people, who would only buy one or two of the cheapest ones if they spent 2 to 3 years here. "Can you play? Why don't you open up all the profounding here? I also don't see you buying a few pieces." Chen Shang sneered. "Little Ape King, what did you say to this guy?" One look was enough to tell that he was not playing with profounding. At this time, a black-clothed man walked over, swept Chen Shang with his gaze, and continued to speak. "Playing profounding is not blindly buying, but watching, touching, smelling, and through careful observation, see if there are treasures inside." Chen Shang laughed. "Then I would like to ask 2 experts in profounding games, have you ever driven a profounding with treasures before?" The Little Ape King's expression changed slightly. In Northern Demon City, who didn't know of his reputation as the Little Ape King? Chen Shang felt that these fellows were here all day because they were bored, and then let others feel that they were very strong, very different from the masses. The black-clothed man said, "Opening profoundings naturally has a luck element, but observation is essential. It can allow the person to have a greater chance at opening treasures, and also remove some of the unprotected profoundings." He came to the side of a red-purple profounding and said, "This piece of profounding is a more common 4-sided profounding. The biggest characteristic of this piece of profounding is that there are carvings on the surface, and from our observations, we can see that it's a tree, and it's an old tree that's about to die, and its leaves are falling non-stop. Drop the leaf, old tree, die. This is an unknown profound bing, so there will not be anything inside. Quote. Chen Shang really wanted to say fart, but he continued to laugh. Then what about this jade man profound bing? Little Ape King laughed coldly. Brother Black Tiger, don't talk so much with this guy, he is trying to trick us. We are professionals in the profounding realm, we need to collect spar to explain to others. Chen Shang couldn't help but laugh, and their argument also attracted many people who spectated. They all secretly felt that Chen Shang was going to be unlucky, offending the Little Ape King and the Black Tiger was not a good thing. Did not want to cause trouble here, but since LV Qinlian had not come yet, he decided to take a look at the profounding here. He wanted to see if he could find any treasures in there, and if he could get the treasures, he would be able to make the Sky Demon Pavilion sell even more profounding. You too, you said that this square of profounding does not have any treasures, right? Chen Shang asked. Of course, we all think so. Otherwise, this profounding would not be priced so low. The Black Tiger said. Chen Shang used the Chaos Divine Eye to look carefully. He could vaguely see that there was something inside the profounding, but he was not sure if it was a treasure. Since there's only 60 billion spar, let's give it a try. Chen Shang said to the sweet spirit demon, Miss, I want this piece. My intuition tells me that there is something inside this piece of profounding. The Little Ape King laughed out loud. You want to slap our faces, want to embarrass us, there's no need to waste 60 billion spars. You look like a mature and steady person, but I didn't expect you to be so impulsive, I really want to see what kind of thing you can come up with. Quote. Little Ape King, I never thought that I would see such a dumb person today. He openly told me that there's nothing inside the profounding, but he insisted on buying it. He's doubting our eyes. The sweet woman had been watching by the side the entire time. She hadn't expected this outcome either. She felt that this middle-aged man was a good man, seemingly simple and honest. Big brother, are you sure you want to buy it? The sweet woman asked. If Xiaotian could tell that the profounding did not have any treasures, wouldn't you know? The Little Ape King mocked. Xiaotian frowned, and said, I didn't see it, all right. If you did, why didn't I see you two open a profounding? Our king said, if anyone saw that the profounding had a treasure, that person would definitely buy all of the profounding in the entire northern demon city, it was purely through luck. Quote. Chen Shang laughed foolishly, Little miss, I'm sure I want to buy it. Isn't it just luck, and the same as gambling? I don't have the courage to place bets in a casino, and yet I'm coaching others. What a joke. Quote. Chapter 1147. However, when she saw Chen Shang straightforwardly giving her 60 billion spar, she knew that this uncle wasn't easy to deal with. Even someone like Little Ape King wouldn't be so generous. The Golden Ape clan was one of the great powers in the demon realm. The demons inside were all golden apes, and they were not as barbaric as those in the evil demon. The Little Ape King was the son of the current Golden Ape King. The faces of the Little Ape King and the Black Tiger were both ugly. This was because they had never been said in such a way by others, and this caused them to feel stifled anger in their hearts. Little girls, can you help me get rid of this profounding? Chen Shang asked. Of course you can. Xiaotian took out a very separated short blade and fiercely stabbed at the square-shaped profounding. When the profounding was attacked, it would immediately turn into powder, and at the moment, the hall was packed. They stared at the pile of powder, and their faces were filled with shock, because on the pile of powder, there was a black sunflower, although it was only the size of a palm, but it gave off a very dangerous feeling. Ha ha eh, who said just now that the profounding did not have anything? This is so funny. Chen Shang laughed out loud, while the expressions of the Little Ape King and the Black Tiger were ugly to the extreme. Just a moment ago, they said that this profounding would definitely not have anything. That kind of self-confident look, in front of everyone was just a joke, it was as if they were slapped twice by Chen Shang. What flower is this? Do you know Miss Xiaoxi? It seems like the poison is very strong. Chen Shang held the black sunflower and looked at it carefully. Xiaotian's face suddenly changed, and shouted in shock, Big brother, quickly let go of this flower, if I'm not wrong, it should be a black blood magic sunflower, this is a highly toxic poison. Little Ape King, let's go. Black Tiger's face turned pale and he quickly left the hall. The other people inside knew how powerful the black blood magic sunflower was and ran out in fear. I really don't know if this guy's luck is good or bad. He could get something out of the profounding, but he just foolishly took the black blood magic sunflower in his hands. He's dead for sure, Little Ape King said while gloating outside. If he were to sell this black blood magic sunflower to the Demon Charming Association, he would definitely be able to make a huge fortune out of it. The Black Tiger sneered. Although Xiaotian was a Demon Charming Association spirit demon and was good at using poison, she did not dare go close, because the black blood magic sunflower's poison was very strong. Black blood magic sunflower is known as the 100 Poison Gentleman, and is ranked 18th on the 100 poison list. Because the top 10 were all super old poison. Therefore, the poison in the top 10 of the 100 poison list is a highly toxic poison that would cause immortals to tremble in fear. Xiaotian hurriedly said, "Big brother, quickly put down that black blood magic sunflower. Who knows, maybe you can still be saved." The poison flower that was ranked 8th below the super old poison, and it was even one that was not restricted from use. It was indeed incomparably precious, and Chen Shang knew that the person who used it would definitely like it a lot. "What are the symptoms of poisoning?" Chen Shang asked. He gently pinched the black blood magic sunflower, and saw it actually tremble, and release a burst of black qi. Xiaotian was so scared that her beautiful face paled. She could not care less about her foolish big brother as she quickly ran away. The symptoms of poisoning is that your entire body's blood will turn black. After your blood turns black, it will quickly expand, causing your body to explode. The Little Ape King shouted, "Idiot, you're dead for sure." Chen Shang really wanted to throw this black blood magic sunflower into the Little Ape King's mouth, but he only curled his lips and said, "If I'm not it, how about you kowtow 3 times to me?" This was unmistakable for the black blood magic sunflower. Most of the demons in the demon realm knew about this poison, because the demon realm was rich in poisonous flowers and poisonous herbs. They often went out to avoid being poisoned, so they had to learn to recognize this poison. "Everyone, no need to panic." LV Qinlian's clear voice came out, as everyone opened up a path for her, allowing her to enter the hall. When LV Qinlian heard that someone had shown her an order badge, and that they had urgent matters to discuss with her, she knew that Chen Shang had come. Previously, she had also heard about the affairs of the Divine Weapons Heavenly Country, so she thought that Chen Shang should be in the Divine Weapons Heavenly Country. Of course, this was a great thing for LV Qinlian. First, she had taken out a treasure from the Profound Bing, which could make her Profound Bing sell quite a lot. Secondly, the treasure she had taken out was actually the black blood magic sunflower, causing LV Qinlian to be extremely happy. Chen Shang kept the black blood magic sunflower well, and told Long Shui to be more careful and copy one of them using the creation divine liquid. He was definitely going to sell them one by one to LV Qinlian, and he was going to keep a single one for himself. Even if he were to openly use this thing against others, he wouldn't be wanted by the 9 heavens. "I imagine that your esteemed self is also a congested person. I wonder if you will be willing to part with me." LV Qinlian pretended not to know Chen Shang and asked. Chen Shang packed away those Profound Bing and laughed simple-mindedly. "It's really an honor to see the Demon Empress' beautiful face. Can we find a convenient place to talk?" Quote. "Please." LV Qinlian made a gesture, then brought Chen Shang out of the hall. At the same time, he ordered the hall to be temporarily sealed, seemingly to prevent the black blood magic sunflower's poison from leaking, but in reality, the Demon Empress wanted Chen Shang to carefully look through all the Profound Bing inside, taking away the Profound Bing with the treasures, leaving no treasures to be sold. Little Ape King and the Black Tiger gritted their teeth because not only was Chen Shang still alive, he had even befriended the Demon Empress. One must know that the Ape King of the Golden Ape clan wanted to curry favor with LV Qinlian, but in the end, he did not succeed. Arriving at an elegant small hall, Chen Shang crossed his legs and drank the fragrant flowery tea as he smiled. "Big Sis Lu, you're becoming more and more black-hearted, your Profound Bing probably will make your move even if you double. I'm afraid that in the entire northern demon city, only you have produced such a good item." Quote. LV Qinlian chuckled. "Your little fairy's wife has already been bullied by others, yet you still dare to cause trouble here with me. You're too heartless." Chen Shang took a sip of the scented tea and said, "I just left the Divine Weapons Heavenly Country not long ago, I've been there all this month. Shenxian is also very powerful, there's no need for me to worry, but Sister Lien, those delicate spirit demons around here are always showing their faces, it makes one's heart ache." Quote. LV Qinlian scoffed, "You playful little scoundrel. Don't try to be naughty here, all the demons in my Demon Charming Association are very pure." Chen Shang took out the black blood magic sunflower, and laughed. "Sister Lien, I will take out a treasure from the Profound Bing, you guys must return the 60 billion spar." Of course. How are you going to sell it to me? LV Chinlian looked at the black blood magic sunflower with a fixed gaze, as if he had seen his lover for a long time. That deep feeling also caused Chen Shang to be a little dazed. Chapter 1148. Chen Shang looked around vigilantly and whispered, Sister Lian, is it safe to stay here? I love your mouth. Seeing Chen Shang being so cautious, LV Chinlian must have something important to do, so she anxiously set up a barrier, isolating the hall from the outside. I really need this black blood magic sunflower. Name a price. LV Chinlian was a little worried that Chen Shang would not sell it to her, because Chen Shang also liked using poison. However, black blood magic sunflower could be used in public. At the very most, he would just be scolded by others, and wouldn't be hunted like how the magical corruption gas was used. Sister Lian, it's so unpleasant to hear whether or not you're selling it. I'll just give it to you. Chen Shang laughed and directly handed the black blood magic sunflower over. LV Chinlian anxiously took out a jade box and placed it inside. She was extremely happy, and revealed a sweet smile. How can I take your things for nothing? How do you want me to thank you? As long as I can do it, I will agree to it. Chen Shang licked his lips and gathered up his courage to say, kiss me a little scoundrel, stop messing around. LV Chinlian spat out lightly. Chen Shang laughed, Sister Lian, how about you give me some of the powerful poison flower poison grass that you have mastered and we can exchange it on the same level as Sister Lian's kiss is so precious, how can black blood magic sunflower be exchanged with it, right? Quote. LV Chinlian scoffed, little scoundrel, take it. Chen Shang borrowed a jade box from LV Chinlian and opened it. Inside the jade box, there was a plum blossom that looked like it had been grinded out from a red crystal. What is this? Even though Chen Shang had the impenetrable, he did not know that these poisonous flowers and poisonous grasses, if it was anyone else, would have probably been poisoned long ago. Raging flames of the 20th rank on the 100 poison list. LV Chinlian leisurely said, this is the best poisonous flower that I have right now. I have a few, but it's very difficult to grow. Chen Shang closed the box and asked, what will happen after I get poisoned? LV Chinlian said, as long as you touch it, the fire poison will enter the body, and through devouring the energy in the body, it will spread throughout the body, and if you do not quickly expel the poisoned people will feel as though they are in a furnace, their entire body will feel hot pain, and then their body will slowly turn into ashes. Of course, they are definitely not as powerful as the magical corruption gas. As long as the magical corruption gas enters the human body, it would be very difficult for even the Immortal King to quickly get rid of it. Although it can be controlled immediately, it will be very difficult to expel it from the body and it will take a very long time to force out the poison. Chen Shang laughed. Then it's because so many people are afraid of your demon charming association's spirit demons, so there are actually so many powerful poisonous creatures. Even if they don't die, they will not be able to live a comfortable life for the rest of their lives. LV Chinlian smiled sweetly and nodded. Now we have the black blood magic sunflower, it is the 18th ranked poison on the 100 poison list. I didn't expect it to actually be obtained from the Profounding, I am truly grateful to you. Chen Shang rubbed his nose. So what if you're ranked 18th on the 100 poison list, and you can't exchange it for Sister Lian's sweet kiss, what's so amazing about that? LV Chinlian rolled his eyes at Chen Shang. You little scoundrel, you're getting more and more dishonest, to think that you would keep having these bad thoughts about me, big sister. This is not good. How could a beauty not like him, especially a spirit demon empress like LV Chinlian? However, Chen Shang was only joking right now, but LV Chinlian had taken it seriously, because when she was in the sacred Dan realm, she knew that there were many girls who had a good relationship with Chen Shang. Furthermore, they were all extraordinary, especially girls like Yan Zilan and Long Huishan who could compare to her, who could even maintain a good relationship with her. Previously, LV Chinlian had viewed Chen Shang as his #1 enemy, but he never thought that their relationship was so close. Sister Lian, how did you get the profound being outside? Chen Shang wanted to go to the profound cold ancient realm to see where all the profound being were. LV Chinlian smiled slightly. In the depths of profound cold ancient realm, to be honest, they were snatched by a spirit demons. In profound cold ancient realm, they were surrounded by a group of very strong people, but after those spirit demons used poison to counterattack and killed those guys, they casually brought them over. Quote. Chen Shang said, so that's how it is. Sister Lian, what's the rank of the magical corruption gas on the 100 poison list? LV Chinlian said in a low voice. Rank 7, the top 10 poisons on the 100 poison rankings are all prohibited. Those are all called super old poisons. Chen Shang took out the snow-white drunk god flower and smiled. This. When LV Qinlian saw the drunk god flower in Chen Zhang's hands, he was not very sure at the beginning. However, after seeing the smile on Chen Zhang's face, he immediately confirmed it was one of the super old poisons, the drunk god flower S. This is LV Qinlian's face changed, and he immediately shut his mouth, because the drunk god flower had another name, the drunk god scent S, and it would be extremely toxic just by smelling the fragrance, and even if it was not absorbed into the body, the fragrance would seep into the skin, causing people to be poisoned. Sister Lian, don't worry, the drunk god flower will only release its power when it is burned. However, the effect will be even better if the drunk god flower is refined into powder. Looking at LV Qinlian's nervous expression, Chen Shang knew that LV Qinlian was inferior to him in terms of poison use. LV Qinlian heaved a sigh of relief. At the moment, her face was filled with excitement, although this was a prohibited item, but she was extremely passionate about it. She never thought that Chen Shang could not only get a large number of magical corruption gas, he actually had a drunk god flower too. One person possessing two kinds of strange poisons, if word of this got out, all the rankers in all of the 9 heavens and 10 earth would catch Chen Shang even if he were to bombard the heavens. When did you get it? After LV Qinlian confirmed that the drunk god flower would not poison, he immediately moved closer to Chen Shang and carefully looked at the drunk god flower in its hands. Right now, Chen Shang was greedily sucking on the intoxicating fragrance of LV Qinlian's body. Just as he was greedily sucking in the fragrance of LV Qinlian's body, he suddenly felt that he was in a daze, and his body was extremely hot. He felt that there was an extremely violent flame in his body. If he did not release it, he would probably explode. Crap, LV Qinlian's face changed. He immediately controlled himself, and did not let the rich fragrance escape. Following that, he took out a small lotus flower petal and placed it into Chen Zhang's mouth. At this time, Chen Zhang's body was completely red. His eyes were swollen and bloodshot, and from his pores, blood was seeping out waves after waves of terrifying heat, burning his clothes. After eating the petals that LV Qinlian took out, Chen Shang gradually returned to his original state. He became much more clear-headed, but he was still in a daze. When he woke up, he found himself lying on a soft bed. He could smell the fragrance that almost killed him. Only now did he know that the fragrance that was being released by LV Qinlian's body was definitely capable of being ranked in the top 10 of the 100 poison list. Chapter 1149, Chen Shang pulled off his bedding and realized that he was completely naked. He anxiously took out his clothes and put them on. LV Qinlian walked over and sat on the side of the bed. With a guilty look, he looked at Chen Shang and said gently, "You should have rested well. I am truly sorry. I love your mouth." When he thought about the feeling that he was about to die, Chen Shang no longer had any vicious thoughts towards LV Qinlian. After cultivating in the devil-suppressing golden body, neither the magical corruption gas nor the drunk god scent could do anything to him, but he was almost killed by the spirit demon's aroma. Sister Lian, you are much stronger than any drunk god scent. Chen Shang laid down. His body was still soft at this moment, and when he thought of the frightening feeling from before, he couldn't help but break out in a cold sweat. Although LV Qinlian had such a powerful poisonous scent, he also had something like a holy lotus seed, which was difficult for Chen Shang to understand. You're very strong too. I thought I wouldn't be able to save you, but your body is much stronger than I imagined. I really don't know how you managed to refine it. In my opinion, I should reach the realm where my immortal devil body reaches large success. Quote. After this matter, LV Qinlian realized even more clearly just how powerful Chen Shang was. Your body is hiding endless fire energy, but I can't see what exactly your fire soul is. The fragrance that is being released from my body is able to make the stable fire energy in one's body become many times more violent. Chen Shang now understood why he was unable to control his own body previously. Whether it was the divine sense C or his dantian, the various energies in his body were all berserk, losing control, constantly releasing energy. At that time, he tried his best to control his own body, and it was also like that, which allowed him to regain his life. I'm so sorry, I didn't do it on purpose. When I get excited, I will release that fragrance, but if it's not strong enough, it will have no effect on people, and I was too close to you then. LV Qinlian said in a low voice. Aren't I fine now? It's all in the past and it taught me a lesson. Chen Shang didn't dare to have any more thoughts about LV Qinlian in the future. Seeing Chen Zhang's frightened expression, LV Chinlian could not help but laugh. Are you afraid of me now? You don't dare to have any other thoughts. Chen Shang nodded honestly. I won't, it's deadly. Now, he didn't dare bring up the matter of kissing LV Chinlian to him. If LV Chinlian became excited and spat out that kind of poisonous scent, it would be a kiss of death. LV Chinlian let out a faint sigh. You have the devil-suppressing golden body, yet you're unable to suppress this poison. It seems like no one will want it in my lifetime. Chen Shang said anxiously. Who said I can't control myself right now, but that doesn't mean I can't in the future. LV Chinlian chuckled and said, you're the first one to survive after being infected by this poison. Now that you're fine, I'm relieved. Where did you get that drunk god flower? Is there more in that place? Chen Shang took out another one, and said, I've taken out all the drunk god flower at that place. I have quite a few here, so I can refine many of them. As he said that, he took out a storage bag, and inside was the drunk god flower that he had previously installed. In the future, the safety of the Chen Martial continent would depend on LV Chinlian's protection, so Chen Shang spent a lot of effort on it. LV Chinlian spat out a lotus seed that was shining with a green light from her mouth. Now, I can only use this to exchange for it. It was another holy lotus seed. It had been 10,000 years for LV Chinlian to be able to bear a single one. Sister Lian, you should keep it for yourself. I still have the one you gave me last time. Chen Shang had the creation divine liquid, he could reproduce a lot of them. You are an alchemist, so you will need it sooner or later. This is the best thing I can take out. I am a lotus flower myself, I do not lack this kind of thing. LV Chinlian grabbed Chen Zhang's hand and placed the holy lotus seed on his palm. Although the poisonous scent that I release is very powerful, I still can't control it. LV Chinlian looked at the storage bag and saw the number of drunk god flower inside. He was shocked. There were actually 300 of them, 1 or 2 of them being a rare poisonous flower. It was already considered good. She kissed Chen Zhang's cheeks and said gently, rest well. After you've recovered, go and take a look at those profound bing. After LV Chinlian left, Chen Zhang's back was still feeling cold. Although LV Chinlian kissed his face, it made him feel like his life was at stake. I almost died. This seductress is so powerful. Where did she come from? At the same time, she has such a powerful poison on her, but she also has a holy lotus seed. What a contradictory woman, Chen Shang muttered. Little scoundrel, let's see if you still dare to be so dishonest in the future. Su Meiyao and Bai Yuyu who were inside the ring had almost appeared before. They were too worried about Chen Shang, and only after seeing that he was fine did they feel more at ease. Chen Shang said, Sister Meiyao, this is none of my business, I just caught it the moment I smell the fragrance. There's one thing that I think is weird, it's Sister Lian. She said that the poison can make the energy in a person's body go berserk, but I think it isn't just that. Indeed, it's not only that. At that time, the power in your body was rapidly increasing. Although that power was very violent, you were several times stronger than before. Bai Yuyu's ice-cold voice came out. That's right, so I feel that Sister Lian's poisonous scent can either release all the hidden powers in the human body, or increase its power by multiple folds. If I can control her poison, my strength might suddenly increase by several folds. No, this is dangerous, don't act recklessly. Bai Yuyu said in a serious tone. Chen Shang only thought about it, because it was different from the other things. In the past, his cultivation would be more painful, but it would not be fatal, but this almost caused him to die. 2 days had passed and the hall where the profound bing were sold was still sealed. This caused many people who wanted to buy the profound bing to be very anxious, but they knew that the poison aura of the black blood magic sunflower had appeared in this hall before. There were many people outside waiting for the hall to open so that they could buy profound bing S to break through. This was because black blood magic sunflower S were the best things that could be obtained from profound bing S in the northern Goblin City. Although this was a matter of luck, many people still believed that the Heavenly Demon Pavilion profound bing S had a higher chance of dropping a treasure. Chen Shang had already completely recovered. Right now, he and LV Chinlian were in the sealed-up hall, wanting to see through all of the profound bing here. Chapter 1150, LV Chinlian said, we'll first take a look at the profound bing here and then head to the Demon Charming Association. Haunted Jaw **. What you think is good is just judging by the appearance. That's not accurate. Suddenly, an eye opened up from between Chen Zhang's brows and shot out a beam of golden light, looking at a gigantic white profound bing that was as tall as 2 people. The reason why this piece of profound being could be placed here was because there were many natural patterns on the surface of this profound being. LV Chinlian shook his head. That's not it, because the outer layers of profound being are transparent, and there are even some flowers and herbs sealed in the transparent outer layers. However, those are all low-level spirit herbs, and there are a few transparent outer layers of profound being, as well as some frozen demon beasts' limbs. Then why don't you drive over and take a look? Chen Shang was suddenly curious. I've opened a few, but none of them had any treasures, so I guess the other powers have one too, but up until now, they have yet to show it to us. It should be because they once obtained some treasures from these transparent profound being, and after knowing that you have the Chaos Divine Eye, I didn't touch them again, so when you confirm that the profound beings don't have any treasures, we can take them out to sell. Saying that, LV Chinlian revealed a mischievous smile. Chen Shang laughed. Sister Lian, you are so evil. LV Chinlian laughed. I learned all these from you. Chen Shang changed to another profound being and directly used the third one. When he looked at it, it was much faster, and there were more than 10 of them in a row, but he still did not find any treasures. After working for more than 2 hours, Chen Shang had finished looking through all of them. Only one of the profound being had anything inside it. Not bad, one of the dozens of profound being has a treasure. LV Chinlian said happily. Sister Lian, I only said that there is something inside, but not necessarily a treasure. Chen Shang spread out his hands and said, don't blame me for not being able to see the treasure. LV Chinlian gently wiped the perspiration off his face and laughed, why would I blame you? You must be very tired from using the Chaos Divine Eye, I still need to thank you. At this moment, Chen Shang held his breath, and said in his heart, this demon is so close, is she trying to kill someone? Once bitten by a snake, Chen Shang would be afraid of grass ropes for 10 years. After the previous lesson, Chen Shang was extremely fearful of this delicate queen of banshees, especially when she approached him, he felt like there was someone holding a sharp sword at his throat. When LV Chinlian saw that the more she wiped off Chen Zhang's sweat, the more Chen Shang kept on staying. She quickly understood why, and couldn't help but giggle, then walked over to the profound being's side. Chen Shang felt a sense of relief and said, Sister Lian, hurry up and break this profound being. LV Chinlian extended her jade finger, her finger suddenly flashed with a dazzling light, it was as though a star was shining. Her jade-like fingers lightly touched the profound being and it immediately shattered, turning into a small pile of ice crystals on the ground, shining with a sparkling and translucent light. This profound being was very big, so there were a lot of ice crystals. LV Chinlian waved his hand to let the ice crystal float in the air, and instantly saw a cyan stone the size of a watermelon. What is this? LV Chinlian controlled the limestone as he floated over and asked curiously. It looks like a demon beast egg, could it be an ancient beast egg? Chen Shang put away the ice crystals. These conditions were treasures to him, and as long as he controlled the method to refine these ice crystals, he would be able to concoct a pill of high quality that could raise the power of ice, or a pill that could explode with a very strong power of ice in an instant. I will use the Chaos Divine Eye to look around. LV Chinlian nodded and placed the cyan oval rock on the ground. The Chaos Divine Eye between Chen Zhang's brows opened and shot out a beam of golden light. Can you see anything? LV Chinlian asked anxiously. She was very curious about the thing inside the stone, because this was the first time she opened up the profound being and gave out such a strange thing. Hugging the stone far away from LV Chinlian, he said with lingering fear, Sister Lian, you have to control your emotions. Just now, Chen Shang had smelled that fragrance again. I'm sorry, I'll stay away from you. After that fragrance flips away, the poison is gone. LV Chinlian also felt that this rock was like a beast egg. Chen Shang looked at it for a long time, his brows knitted tightly. Strange, there is something inside, but this thing is very strange, why would there be such a thing inside, could I have seen wrongly? What is it? LV Chinlian asked anxiously. A person, a very small person, only the size of a palm. Furthermore, it's a woman. From the contours of her body, her figure seems to be protruding from the front and back, and her figure is very good. Is there really such a small person? Chen Shang felt that this was unbelievable. I don't know, can you move it away? Will you hurt her? LV Chinlian asked. Probably not, this stone should be there to protect the little guy. Moreover, there's a spiritual array inside the stone, it can absorb the energy from outside, and it can maintain the little guy's life while he's asleep. It might even be able to help her increase her strength. Chen Shang took out the green dragon demon slain broadsword, shrunk it to the size of a dagger, and then carefully cut into this rock. The stone was not very strong. Under the divine knife, it was cut open very quickly. As he cut it open, the green stone flashed with a green light. Chen Shang immediately felt the incoming danger and quickly teleported through space, distancing himself from the rock. Bang! With a loud muffled sound, the stone exploded. A small ball of green light shot towards Chen Shang. Chen Zhang's Chaos Divine Eye was still watching, and with a glance, he could tell that the ball of azure light was the little person inside the stone. Moreover, this little person even had a pair of translucent wings on his back, just like the pair Lan Lan had used before. Little guy, don't be arrogant. Chen Shang reached out his hand and grabbed the little person. Chen Shang grabbed onto the lower half of the little person. Upon closer inspection, it was indeed a little beauty with an extremely good figure. Her body was only wrapped in a simple piece of cloth. Yee-ya-ya-ya, the little fellow struggled in Chen Zhang's hands as he glared at Chen Shang and shouted. This little person was very small, was only the size of a palm, and could be held with one hand. It had an exquisite little face, jade-like skin, soft body, and Chen Shang felt comfortable holding it in his hand. Furthermore, it was very cool. This LV Qinlian's body flashed over as he said anxiously, hurry and give her to me. This seems to be a little demon fairy from the primordial era. When the little demon girl saw LV Qinlian, she immediately quietened down. Chen Shang placed her in LV Qinlian's palm and the little demon girl immediately danced on his jade palm, chattering away. But when she saw Chen Shang, she immediately stuck out her tongue and grimaced. She still held onto her small fist and waved it at Chen Shang. What exactly is a little demoness? Chen Shang asked. LV Qinlian was very happy, with a sweet smile on his face, he played with the little demon girl on his palm with his fingers. Chapter 1151. To be able to produce a little demon from an primordial profound being, many people would not believe it if word of this got out. If Chen Shang had not seen it with his own eyes, he would not have believed it to be true. The little demoness was a type of demon from the ancient times, and she was usually transformed by some strange plant and could reproduce. The little demoness was a type of demon from the ancient times, and was usually transformed by some strange flower and strange plant. LV Qinlian herself was also transformed from a strange plant, but she was a bit older, so this little demon girl could be considered her own kind. But why does she hate me so much? I let her go. Chen Shang was very depressed. The little demon girl in LV Qinlian's hand had her eyes closed at the moment, and a red light shone from between her eyebrows. LV Qinlian said in a low voice, I am currently teaching her the human language, don't look at her small stature, she is still very powerful, if not she would not have been able to live until now. The little demon spirit opened her eyes and shook her elegant long hair. She looked at Chen Shang and snorted, big scoundrel, you messed up my house. Chen Shang really wanted to reach out and touch this cute little demon. He said, little demon, you need to know that I saved you. If it wasn't for me, you might have fallen into the hands of some really bad people. LV Qinlian quickly explained, and only after talking about the profound being did he dispel the misunderstanding. I'm not called Little Goblin, I'm called Xiao Yao. Although that's right and saved me, I still feel like he's not a good person. This little demon's words made Chen Shang very unhappy, he could only stick out his tongue and make a face at her. Xiao Yao, what happened over there? Why are you in your residence inside these profound being? You were frozen for a very long time. LV Qinlian asked. Everyone was very curious about what was happening in profound cold ancient realm. I don't know, I only remember that it suddenly became very cold. There was a lot of snow, a lot of things were frozen, and at that time, many of my companions were frozen to death, because I myself was a fire flower, so I was very resistant to the cold. When Xiao Yao thought back to this matter, he felt extreme grief, because she was the only one who had survived. From her, Chen Shang found out that there had once been a snowfall in the profound cold ancient realm, which resulted in the appearance of many profound being. Xiao Yao, come with me from now on. You don't have anywhere to go. LV Qinlian rubbed her little face with her jade fingers. Thank you sister for taking me in. I will repay you, Xiao Yao said with a joyous expression. Sister Lian, aren't you afraid that she'll be poisoned to death? Chen Shang said softly. This little demon did not have any attack power, but since she was formed from a strange flower or herb, she should have some power. Bad guy, you're underestimating me. I'm not afraid of poison. Back then, I lived in a patch of poisonous mushrooms. Xiao Yao said. LV Qinlian nodded his head. In order to protect themselves, little imps have to live by the side of many powerful poisonous flowers and herbs. Little thing, I'm not a bad guy, Chen Shang declared in a very serious tone. HMPH, I won't bother with you anymore. You look like a bad person. Xiao Yao flew over to LV Qinlian's head and turned into a very beautiful pink little flower. It attached itself to LV Qinlian's hairpin, making him very surprised. Chen Shang changed his appearance to another one, and said, Sister Lian, I will go to other areas that sell profounding, wait for me to return, then we will go to Demon Charming Association together. Then go quickly, my place is also going to be open for business. After leaving the Sky Demon Pavilion, Chen Shang immediately ran towards the nearest large shop and went to the place that displayed the profounding. He used the Chaos Divine Eye to observe the profounding, searching for treasures inside. This shop was not very big, only around 20 to 30 profounding. Chen Shang did not find any profounding from here, so he quickly left and went to the next shop. He ran through 5 of the larger shops in northern Demon City and returned empty-handed. Although he could see that there was a profounding S with something inside, there were no treasures inside, only a pile of very old weeds. When Chen Shang returned to the Sky Demon Pavilion, he found out that more than half of the profounding here had already been sold. Chen Shang, I can't bring you to the Demon Charming Association yet. One of our large spirit vein has been taken, all the spirit demons there are injured and are on the run. I need to go there immediately to take a look. LV Qinlian had also just received the news. Chen Shang took out a few Relive Dan and handed them over to LV Qinlian. These are some of the Relive Dan, maybe they will be useful to you. LV Qinlian did not have many Relive Dan, so the more this kind of thing, the better. She did not reject it and accepted it. Chen Shang really wanted to know which power actually dared to provoke this group of poison spirit demons. He had originally planned to go to the Demon Charming Association to see the profounding, then go to the profound cold ancient realm. Now, Chen Shang had no choice but to change his plan. The illusion of the profound cold ancient realm was very bad, and it was not suitable for people to build cities. Although there were no longer any blizzards or things like that, they would occasionally blow out large amounts of cold air. It was said that the strength of this kind of ice beast was extremely terrifying. The strong ones could reach the strength of a worldly immortal, and the average one had the strength of nirvana tribulation. Many of the people who went in as a party were killed by these ice beasts. Furthermore, this was only a danger outside of profound cold ancient realm. In the depths, there were even more terrifying and unknown dangers. If one did not have the strength to go in, it would not be easy to think of coming out. After leaving the northern Goblin City, Chen Shang headed towards the north, and felt even colder and colder. In less than half a day, he arrived at the world of ice and snow. There were originally mountains and forests here, but they were all sealed up by ice. In front of them was a large expanse of ice, and cold winds blew in waves. This place was only the borders of the profound cold ancient realm, and was not very deep yet. Some would even form a group of 100 people and enter. This way, it would be safer, and if he entered alone, only the strong would be able to enter, but there were very few of these people. Previously, LV Qinlian had also advised Chen Shang to not let him enter the profound cold ancient realm alone, but he felt that his escaping ability would not let him die inside. After the cold wind died down, it became very quiet, making people feel very eerie. However, at this moment, a loud explosion and trembling broke the dead silence. There were people fighting, and it was a battle between a large group of people. All of them were very powerful. Chen Shang used Heaven Tour method. He immediately went to check on the situation. Chapter 1152, Little Ape King, what is the meaning of this? Don't think that just because your father is the Golden Ape King, you can randomly steal other people's things. Hearing that, Chen Shang immediately understood that Little Ape King and his group were plundering other people's things, but he was very strong, so he did not give in, but chose to clash with Little Ape King and the rest. Chen Shang had long since disliked the Little Ape King. He did not expect to meet her here. At this moment, he had already swam over and was looking down from above. As expected, the Little Ape King was with the Black Tiger, and they even brought 8 people with them. Looks like they were planning to enter the profound cold ancient realm to search for profounding. The one they snatched from was a big bearded middle-aged man. He was tall and sturdy, 1 head taller than Little Ape King and the rest. Although his clothes were tattered, he did not sustain any injuries. Old rhinoceros, as long as you hand over that holy dragon's scale, we'll spare your life. Little Ape King held a golden blade in his hand, surrounding the bearded middle-aged man. Was shocked. He had previously heard that someone had pulled out a gigantic beast scale from a very large profound being, but he did not expect it to be a dragon scale. Although it was just a single scale, a powerful holy dragon was extremely large. That scale was at least the size of a courtyard and was enough to build several sets of armor. It was simply a priceless treasure. Of course, Chen Shang did not care about this kind of thing. He had the profound WU diamond armor, so he was much stronger than the holy dragon's scales. Keep dreaming. Even if you die, this daddy will not let you steal away a spar. You son of a bitch, you have completely lost your father's face. The man roared, took out 2 large blades, and rushed towards Little Ape King, his aura extremely fierce. With every step he took, he caused the ice on the ground to crack, and even created a burst of powerful energy, causing the ice on the ground to shatter. Little Ape King quickly retreated and shouted, "Quick, stop this old rhinoceros." The others had already started to attack the burly man, but his defensive capabilities were extremely powerful. Black armor suddenly appeared on his body, and as the weapon slashed down, sparks burst forth. This old rhinoceros is really powerful, Chen Shang exclaimed and immediately rushed over. Little Ape King was chased by the big-sized man until he was running for his life. The people following closely behind, no matter how they attacked, could not make the big-sized man slow down at all. This man was made up of an old rhinoceros and could be considered a demonic beast. His strength was not bad, especially his defensive energy. Even after being attacked for so long, he was still able to move as if he was flying. Using the coordination of the shrinking step and spatial travel, Chen Shang caught up to Little Ape King in an instant and suddenly appeared beside him. The sudden appearance of a person made the Little Ape King pale in fright, and the big-sized man behind him along with the others did the same. It's actually you. Little Ape King was even more surprised and shouted. Because the appearance that Chen Shang was using now was the disguise of the black blood magic sunflower. Chen Shang only laughed, then took out the black blood magic sunflower, and waved at the Little Ape King. I also gave good stuff from the profound being. Do you want to rob me too? Die. When Little Ape King saw the other party take out a poisonous substance like the black blood magic sunflower, although he was terrified, in order to prevent the other party from using poison on him, he did not care about the big man chasing behind him, and slashed his blade towards Chen Shang. The blade used by the Little Ape King might be a good weapon for others, but in Chen Zhang's eyes, it was just like a piece of scrap metal. He used his fist, which was wrapped in the white tiger glove, to hook towards the edge of the blade. With a "wang" sound, the large blade vibrated, and unexpectedly burst open from Chen Zhang's fist. Little Ape King was shocked by Chen Zhang's punch. He immediately felt that Chen Zhang's strength was strong enough to break his blade with one punch. HMPH. The man who was chasing behind him snorted in anger, and suddenly rushed over, smashing his head fiercely into Little Ape King's chest. Kacha. The golden armor on Little Ape King's chest shattered, and he flew out, crashing into the ice mountain. Kill them, Little Ape King shouted in anger. Although he was hit by the big-sized man, he did not die. After all, he was the son of the Ape King. Brother, you deal with the one in the back, leave this Little Ape King to me. Chen Shang told the big-sized man. He then locked onto Little Ape King and used form displacement shadow to teleport him over. Before Little Ape King could understand why he suddenly appeared in front of Chen Shang, his face was fiercely punched by Chen Shang. Bastard! Little Ape King was once again sent flying, cursing loudly. His body flashed with a gold light, and soon after, it became a giant golden ape the size of 2 people. Transforming into his original body would allow his strength to increase by a lot, but in Chen Zhang's eyes, this was much easier to attack. Although his body had become a lot larger, his speed was not slow. In a few steps, he had already arrived in front of Chen Shang. His fist was as fast as lightning, bringing a gold light with it. It struck towards Chen Shang. Chen Shang jumped and dodged, his fist smashing into the ice ground, and Little Ape King's other long and big arm also swung towards Chen Shang. The huge palm seemed to be able to slap Chen Shang into a knee. The power behind it was extremely terrifying, even the ground was trembling slightly. The power of 10,000 mountains. 10,000 tall and majestic ice mountains suddenly appeared behind Chen Shang. This ice mountain diagram only flashed by, but it gave Chen Shang a huge amount of power. Chen Shang used the ground killing, allowing him to wield the power of the earth. When Little Ape King's palm pressed towards him, he saw a translucent giant palm charging over, smashing into his golden ape giant palm. Boom! A loud sound shook the forest, and Little Ape King's gigantic body was blasted flying. The gigantic palm that was attacking Chen Shang was filled with cracks and bloody scars. Seeing this scene, the people that the Little Ape King had brought no longer fought with the burly man and rushed towards the Little Ape King. If the Little Ape King died, they would all die. Great Void Stellar Seal. A star map suddenly appeared in the sky and fell down fiercely, like countless powerful meteors landing, smashing onto Little Ape King's body with rumbling sounds, causing Little Ape King to wail in pain as blood and flesh splashed out. Just as Chen Shang wanted to continue his attack, a roar came from the horizon. Stop! Just as Chen Shang appeared, a ball of golden light fell from the sky and landed beside Little Ape King. Little brother, this is the Golden Ape King. The big man's face was solemn as he shouted to the Golden Ape King in the distance, Golden Ape King, how did you teach your son? This little bastard actually wants to kill me and take my things. Brother Rhinoceros, I'll apologize to you here. I promise there won't be a next time. If there is a next time, I'll personally punish this little bastard myself. The Golden Ape King said. Chapter 1153. The Golden Ape King gave a pretty good impression, so the rhinoceros didn't pursue the matter any further. After all, the Little Ape King was also beaten badly. Father, this guy has a black blood magic sunflower, he did not sell it to the Demon Empress. The Little Ape King changed back into his human form and glared at Chen Shang as he spoke. His hand had already shattered and his body was covered in blood, but he could still speak. So what? Those are his things, not yours. If you dare to steal someone else's things again, I'll cripple you. Hurry up and apologize. Judging from his appearance, it didn't seem like he was acting. Moreover, his own strength wasn't weak, and if he wanted to kill someone and steal their treasure, he probably would have done so long ago. Little Ape King clenched his teeth and apologized towards Chen Shang and the rhinoceros. However, because he was not sincere enough, he was slapped by the Golden Ape King a few times, making his attitude much better. However, Chen Shang and the rhinoceros both knew that this Little Ape King hated them to the extreme. The Golden Ape King left with Little Ape King and the others. The rhinoceros immediately thanked Chen Shang. Thank you for your help, if not, the Little Ape King would not have been taken down so easily. Chen Shang laughed. Big brother rhinoceros, there's no need to be so polite. That rhinoceros asked. Little brother, are you going to the profound cold ancient realm? Chen Shang asked. That's right, big brother, you too. The rhinoceros shook its head. It's getting more and more dangerous inside the profound cold ancient realm, it's just my home outside. If you go in by yourself, it'll definitely be very dangerous. Chen Shang did not expect the situation inside to be so dire. Why would it become so dangerous inside? The rhinoceros replied, let's walk while we talk. Chen Shang and the rhinoceros walked towards the profound cold ancient realm together, but the rhinoceros did not go in. There are many profound beings in the profound cold ancient realm, especially in the depths where we can find all kinds of strange and unique profound beings, and it is very possible that those profound beings are growing strange flowers and herbs, because this profound cold ancient realm originally has high-level strange flowers and herbs. If it was before, it would be safer to enter, but since a month ago, a group of ice men appeared, it has become extremely dangerous inside. I wonder what kind of power that group of ice men actually have to be able to control that group of ice beasts. Also, this group of ice men really like to eat human flesh. If they get caught, they will all be eaten. Chen Shang now understood that the reason the profound cold ancient realm was in danger was because of that group of ice men. The rhinoceros continued, those ice men are not only able to control ice beasts, but they also have a very powerful freezing energy. It is said that they can freeze people at will, and after some powerful weapons are frozen, they will break when they fall to the ground. Chen Shang followed the rhinoceros to a very high ice mountain. Standing on the top of the ice mountain, looking at the vast ice plains in the distance, the rhinoceros pointed at the vast ice plains and said, that place is the profound cold ancient realm, it is very safe outside. However, it is very difficult to find profound being, and one can only go deeper in, but the deeper regions are already occupied by the ice people. The rhinoceros knew that Chen Zhang's strength was extraordinary, otherwise, it would not have taken down the Little Ape King so easily. Furthermore, Chen Zhang's attitude towards entering the profound cold ancient realm was very firm, so he did not try to dissuade him. Chen Shang bid farewell to the rhinoceros and stepped into the profound cold ancient realm. After walking at a slow pace for half an hour, he had already felt that these icy cold power was very similar to the one released by the profound Bing. Chen Shang came here to find more profound Bings so he could use them to refine pills. This was because the energy contained within the profound Bing was extremely strong and scary. Previously, he had inquired about the method to find the primordial profound Bing, which was to walk around randomly. If there was a profound Bing deep underground, one would be able to sense it while walking on it. This was because the cold energy released by the profound Bing was very special and strong. Walking on the ice plains, Chen Shang could see many deep craters in the ground. He now understood why some profound Bing were so expensive. Some profound Bing would even be at the bottom of some huge crevices, which were difficult to dig. Chen Shang had already passed through a few of them, but he had not sensed any profound Bing at all. It had already been 2 days since Chen Shang entered the profound cold ancient realm. It was like a large frozen ocean inside the profound cold ancient realm, only that there would occasionally be a group of tall mountains, and most of them were flat ice lands. Truly amazing. There are many pitfalls. Chen Shang saw that many of the pits had been dug very deep. It could be seen that this piece of ice was extremely thick, and the thing that was truly frozen should be located very deep in the ice. I think that a lot of profound Bing were broken by those powers. Maybe some forces already got their treasures from the profound Bing, but they just did not announce it to the public. Along the way, when Chen Shang saw those pits, he knew that there were many profound Bing that had been dug out. There was no night in the profound cold ancient realm, the sky was always covered by thick clouds, and from time to time, there would be a cold wind blowing. If someone without any power came in, they would definitely be frozen to death. Until now, he had never seen those ice men and beasts. After Chen Shang wandered around here for 5 days, he finally felt the profound Bing. It was the cold energy unique to profound Bing, and anyone who approached it would be able to feel it. Chen Shang was pleasantly surprised. He released his divine power and probed the exact location of the profound Bing in the depths. Naturally, he would not release it like the others did. I found it. There shouldn't be a problem with the distance, but this profound Bing is really big. After Chen Shang locked onto the profound Bing, he used form displacement transposition and used the power of the spatial laws to bring the profound Bing up. This piece of profound Bing was very big, it was 2 people tall, round, and green. It released waves of green light, so it could not be considered a special profound Bing, because its shape was very ordinary, and its color and light were also very common. After he took the profound Bing out from the depths of the frozen ground, the large amount of special icy cold power released by this round ball of profound Bing quickly spread to its surroundings. Very quickly, a group of over 30 people arrived in the distance. They were all wearing fiery red clothes, and Chen Shang could tell at a glance that these were the Fire Divine Palace's clothes. Fire Divine Palace did not suffer any serious losses, so the rankers hidden in the Fire Divine Palace were also unknown. It was just that Fire Divine Palace had been keeping a low profile during this period of time, so no one knew of his true strength. Chen Shang hurriedly put away the profound Bing, but the group of Fire Divine Palace people saw it from afar. It was so big, and also released a green light. It was always a normal profound Bing, and it was very easy for people to think that there was something inside. Chen Shang was not afraid of the people from the Fire Divine Palace, and he even liked these people from the Fire Divine Palace a lot. This was because all of them had Fire Souls in their bodies, and from his point of view, these people had come to deliver the Fire Soul to him. Chapter 1154. As the people of Fire Divine Palace slowly approached, Chen Shang suddenly felt that something was wrong, because he saw that behind the group of people from Fire Divine Palace, there was a group of white people following. Their skin and fur were all as white as snow, their eyes flashed with white light and they exhaled white smoke. The ice men mentioned by the old rhinoceros must be the ones in front of him. What surprised Chen Shang was that these ice men were actually together with the Fire Divine Palace. This made him wonder if there was any cooperation between the Fire Divine Palace and the ice men, or if the Fire Divine Palace could enslave these ice men. If that was really the case, it meant that the Fire Divine Palace wanted to use these ice men to drive people into the profound cold ancient realm to search for profound Bing. Not only would they drive them away, they might even kill them and loot their goods. The group of Fire Divine Palace in front of him were not weak, a few of them were the kind that were only one step away from leveling up. What was even more surprising was that behind this group of people, on the flat plain, large ice beasts suddenly appeared one after another. These ice beasts were all in the form of wild beasts. Lions, tigers, wolves. It was just that its size was huge and the icy cold power on its body was extremely powerful, so it was unknown how it was formed. The group of ice men were all riding on top of those huge ice beasts, and a few sharp ice spears were condensed in their hands as they faced Chen Shang, ready to throw them at him at any time. Chen Shang never thought that the opposing forces would suddenly become so powerful, especially the ice beasts. The cold energy that they released was extremely strong, causing Chen Shang to be wary. He could feel that the cold energy that the ice beasts and ice men were releasing were very similar to that of the primordial profound being. The mysterious primordial profound being already contained a lot of powerful energy. If these mysterious ice men and beasts could absorb those profound being and turn them into their own energy, then the released cold energy would definitely be very powerful. If it were only the people from the Fire Divine Palace, Chen Shang would definitely not be afraid of them. But now, there were those ice beasts that were neither human nor ghost, and they were also very strong. He felt that even magical corruption gas would not be able to deal with these things. Let's go, and find a chance to take care of these Fire Divine Palace guys. Chen Shang was not a match for anyone. Furthermore, he was not clear about how strong the ice men and beasts were, so he decided to leave first. The people from the Fire Divine Palace had already seen that he was about to leave, and anxiously shouted, "Lock him up, don't let him leave, he just obtained a large piece of profound being." Chen Shang had already kept the profound being. Although he heard this, he still turned around and ran. Just as he took 2 steps forward, the ground suddenly trembled, and translucent thick ice walls appeared around Chen Shang, forming a gigantic barrier that trapped Chen Shang and the group of Fire Divine Palace inside. Chen Shang, who was running frantically, crashed into the thick ice walls, and was stopped. These ice walls were very sturdy, yet his fierce strike did not leave any mark on them. "Don't even think about running. Obediently hand over that profound being and become our slave, then you will continue to live. Otherwise, you will be reduced to the food of the ice demons behind me," a middle-aged man from Fire Divine Palace said indifferently. Looking at his appearance, one could tell that he did this frequently. Chen Shang finally understood why this profound cold ancient realm had suddenly become so dangerous. It was actually caused by the command of a group of powerful ice demons so that they could monopolize the profound being inside. What Chen Shang was puzzled about was, how exactly did the people of the Fire Divine Palace control these ice demons? The ice demon that the Fire Divine Palace mentioned was extremely powerful, and there were a lot of them as well, and the power of frost was extremely strange, seeing that they could easily create such a powerful ice wall. It could be said that in the profound cold ancient realm, they were the absolute rulers. How could they listen to the orders of these Fire Divine Palace fellows? Chen Shang suddenly had an idea and asked, "Ice Demon, the thing behind you is called Ice Demon, aren't you from the Fire Divine Palace? Why are you colluding with Ice Demon, who kills humans in the profound cold ancient realm? You know too much. For you to be able to come here alone means that you have a certain level of strength. You should understand that we won't let you off. You should know what to do now." The middle-aged man's voice became gloomy. If it was before, Chen Shang only planned to escape first before saying anything, but now, he knew these ice men were demons, and secretly rejoiced in his heart. His green dragon demon-slain broadsword was specialized in suppressing demons, and he had mastered techniques to deal with them. In particular, that holy devil suppressing seal was a nightmare for demons. Chen Shang said, "If I were to give you the profound being, you would let me go. I will give it to you, but I'm afraid that you all are unwilling." The middle-aged man became impatient and his voice became even colder. "Of course, you must be our slave." Chen Shang laughed coldly, "Since that's the case, you all must die." Once the word, "die," was said, Chen Shang stepped onto the shrinking step, his body emitted a burst of cyan light, and flew towards the group of ice demon beasts at an extremely fast speed. In an instant, Chen Shang entered the group of ice demons. This action made it hard for the group of Fire Divine Palace people to understand, because in their eyes, this was an act of seeking death, even though Chen Zhang's speed surprised them. However, they soon felt that something was wrong, because they could sense a very strong aura of a dragon. Chen Shang had already taken out his green dragon demon-slain broadsword. When he flew over, he released the devil-suppressing holy power and used it to slash at the ice demon riding on top of a giant wolf. The appearance of the devil-suppressing holy power caused these ice demons to feel extremely terrified. They all shouted out in a high-pitched voice that caused one's hair to stand on end, and their bodies even released a very strong ice-cold aura that instantly condensed into a thick layer of ice armor to protect their bodies. The green dragon demon slain broadswords were poured into the berserk devil suppressing holy power, causing this divine blade to become millions of kilograms heavy. When it violently slashed down, the wave of strong pressure that it emitted collided with the cold energy, and like thunder, it cut down everything in its path. A rumbling sound was heard, followed by a sharp scream. Before the ice demon could even touch Chen Zhang's divine blade, its body was crushed by the strong air pressure. By the time the god's saber had completely slashed onto the Iceman's body had already shattered, and the huge wolf beneath him was also split into two by Chen Shang. In just an instant, Chen Shang killed an ice demon. Under normal circumstances, this ice demon would be extremely strong, especially with its defensive power. However, facing Chen Zhang's divine blade and devil-suppressing holy power, it couldn't even withstand a single blow. Green dragon demon slain broadsword, it's Chen Shang. The people of Fire Divine Palace panicked. Chen Zhang's green dragon demon slain broadsword and devil-suppressing holy power were both the nemesis of demons and had a very strong killing power towards them. Seeing these demons with the powerful icy cold power so weak, Chen Shang was overjoyed. As expected, these ice demons were afraid of the devil-suppressing holy power and the green dragon demon slain broadsword. Quickly kill him, the middle-aged man from devil-suppressing divine palace shouted. Chen Shang had already leapt to the top. At this time, the group of ice demons on the ground all threw ice spears, as waves of angered and sharp cries came out of their mouths. Shua, with a slash from Chen Shang, the green dragon demon slain broadsword suddenly grew in length and dozens of them appeared. They were like a gigantic fan that enveloped the ice demon and ice beast below and shattered those ice spears. Before, when the demon master of the Heaven Thunder Purgatory was facing Chen Zhang's green dragon demon slain broadsword and devil-suppressing holy power, he had felt that they posed a great threat, but now, these ice men were like paper in Chen Zhang's eyes. What was even more terrifying was that when the wave of sword shadows from the green dragon demon slain broadsword pressed down, a loud noise came out. The sound of thunder was actually the power of the 10th layer of devil-suppressing power. All sorts of violent powers exploded out at the same time, enveloping downwards and colliding onto the ice ground. Those ice men and beasts were smashed into pieces by Chen Zhang's blade as if they were made of mud. Kill him. The people from the Fire Divine Palace were shocked. They never thought that Chen Shang would actually be so powerful, killing off the group of powerful ice demons and ice beasts with a few breaths. They thought that it was all because of the green dragon demon slain broadsword, and this made them even more anxious to snatch it. After Chen Shang slashed his blade down, he immediately rushed towards the group of people from Fire Divine Palace. With that speed, it could be said to be terrifying, and in half a blink of an eye, he charged into the crowd. Blood blossomed into the air. The berserk dragon power, accompanied by a terrifying killing intent, surged out and filled the entire ice barrier, causing people to feel as if millions of lives had been lost in this battlefield, and Chen Shang was the god of death here. Chapter 1155. Just as Chen Shang charged into the crowd, he instantly killed over 10 people. All of them were not very strong, their reaction speeds were not as fast. Like weeds, they were all killed by Chen Shang. Some of them had their heads chopped off, some of them were broken at the waist. The scene was extremely bloody, but compared to the intense killing intent that surged out from Chen Shang, these people were nothing. As the killing god heart jumped, an endless killing intent gushed out from it, causing Chen Zhang's strength to become even stronger, and made Chen Zhang's strength contain an unmatched killing intent. This wave of killing intent enveloped everyone, causing them to feel that it was the most terrifying thing in the world. Don't be afraid of him, he's just bluffing. That middle-aged man roared loudly, making it so that their auras weren't that weak. At this moment, only a few elders remained. They attacked one after another, throwing out palms and punches in unison. Waves of terrifying fire attacks struck out, actually slowly melting the huge ice barrier that was shrouding them. The thing that Chen Shang was least afraid of was fire, so no matter how many experts there were in Fire Divine Palace, he would not be afraid. Just as he was about to attack, Chen Shang was hit back by multiple flame attacks. Your fire soul is not bad, and these flames have a certain degree of vitality, I will accept them. Chen Shang laughed out loud, he opened his mouth and activated devouring magic Kung Fu, locking onto the incoming flame power, and his Dantian also became a fire Dantian. Hiss! Chen Shang inhaled fiercely, and all of the flame energy that was attacking him once again entered his mouth. It only took a few seconds for it to be completely swallowed by him. With his current strength, it would be a piece of cake for him to refine the flames that had been devoured. At this moment, his body was emitting a bit of fire chi, which was released when he was refining the flames. Those people from the Fire Divine Palace were stunned. The combined attack just now, even if it was a worldly immortal, would not dare to face it head-on. However, Chen Shang was not only unscathed due to the attack just now, he was now consuming their flames. Monster! The group of Fire Divine Palace suddenly realized that Chen Shang was also a strong flame user. They knew that Chen Shang was a powerful alchemist, but they never expected his flames to be powerful to such an extent. The people from Fire Divine Palace wanted to escape, but the ice shields that the Ice Men had released became an obstacle in their escape. You must die! Chen Shang roared in anger, and all of the innate chi within the 30 heaven pellets in his body gushed out, transforming into a berserk dragon power, causing a large piece of the ice plains to crack from the shockwave. Kanglang slash! The force released by the green dragon demon slain broadsword surged like waves, suddenly rushing forward. The waves were as sharp as blades, and the waves also seemed to be formed from countless sharp blades, sweeping across in a formidable array. Ah! As they screamed out miserably one after another, those from the Fire Divine Palace, in the face of Chen Zhang's full power attack, had no way out. They could only allow the blue wave blade to slash at them, as lines after lines of shocking bloody scars appeared on their bodies. Now, there were only 3 people left. One of them was a middle-aged leader, and the other 2 were old people. Their entire bodies were covered in visible bone blades wounds. Chen Shang, who had experienced the Nirvana tribulation, was terrifyingly strong, and was not something an ordinary person like them could compare to. They truly regretted provoking Chen Shang, and if not for that, they might have continued to lead that group of ice demons to sweep this field of ice. Chen Shang was unmerciful. He immediately teleported and leapt to the side of the 3 people. With a swipe of his claw, he pierced through their bodies and activated devouring magic Kung Fu, absorbing their fire soul. You are engulfing our fire soul. That Fire Divine Palace middle-aged man's face was filled with shock. It had always been only his Fire Divine Palace who plundered other people's fire soul, but now it was their turn to be robbed by others. Chen Shang remained silent as he pushed his devouring magic Kung Fu to its limits and sucked all 3 people's fire soul out. Chen Zhang's way of plundering their fire soul was extremely barbaric, causing them to feel extremely miserable. These were 3 cyan-colored fire souls, which had been merged by Chen Shang and turned into blue-colored fire soul. Chen Shang killed the 2 old ones, then used the soul-absorbing devil spell to search the middle-aged man's memories. He wanted to know how the Fire Divine Palace controlled those ice demons, as well as a few things related to the Fire Divine Palace's activities in the profound cold ancient realm. Soul search. A spell. The middle-aged man felt his memories being pricked by someone as he shouted in fear. You can die now. Chen Shang used the soul-absorbing devil spell to carry out a soul attack and directly erased the middle-aged man's soul. Chen Shang was extremely excited when he found out about this explosive thing. I never thought that the Fire Divine Palace would have been here already. Many people were killed by them in secret and a large number of profound beings were taken by them. Those ice demons were let out by them from the profound being and they used a secret technique to tamper with the ice demon's soul while the ice demon was sleeping, allowing them to control a large number of ice demons. Does this Fire Divine Palace want to rule over the profound cold ancient realm? Su Meiyao asked. That's not it. Profound cold ancient realm is still very powerful deep inside. They don't dare to go deep there either. However, they used these ice demons to find a large number of profound beings. I know where they stored them. This made Chen Shang excited, because he no longer needed to look for profound beings aimlessly. As long as he finished looking over the places where were stored, he would be able to obtain a large amount. Now, Chen Shang knew that all those ice demons were from the primordial era and were let out by the Fire Divine Palace. Furthermore, the Fire Divine Palace knew that the ice demons existed within the profound being, and in order to enlarge the Ice Demon Legion, they wantonly swept through the outer circle of the profound cold ancient realm, trying to get as many of them as possible. As for these ice beasts, they were all native to the profound cold ancient realm, and it was unknown when they came out of it and continued to reproduce until now, but they were still quite powerful. However, these ice beasts did not have much intelligence and could not defend at all against sudden sneak attacks. Chen Shang ran up the profound cold ancient realm alone. According to the memories he found, he was rushing to the base the Fire Divine Palace set up here. The big shots of the Fire Divine Palace seemed to know the uses of these profound beings. Not only did they gather the treasures inside the profound being and the ice demon, they were also doing other things as well. According to the middle-aged man's memories, when the Fire Divine Palace gathered a large number of profound beings together, it could produce a very strong icy cold power. This kind of icy cold power was extremely special and came from the profound being. As for what uses it had, the middle-aged man had no right to know either. The place where the Fire Divine Palaces were stored was deep underground. They had built an extremely large underground palace there, and over the years, the Fire Divine Palace had kept a very low profile, but the secret was that the profound cold ancient realm was able to control such a powerful force. If DTN fully recovered his powers in the future, then among the DTN, the strongest person would be the Fire Divine Palace. Fire Divine Palace's way of keeping a low profile was smarter than those ancient powers. When Chen Shang found out about this, he couldn't help but feel a chill down his spine. Traveling through the night, he took 3 days to arrive next to a huge ice mountain. At the side of the ice mountain, there was a cave that he could enter, but the security was very tight, so it wasn't easy to silently enter. Such an important place must definitely be guarded by a very strong person. If he were to face the siege of those kind of worldly immortals or immortal monarchs, it would be difficult for Chen Shang to resist, so he planned to quietly enter that underground palace and steal away the large amount of profound being that were stored inside. Now is the time to test the art of change. Chen Shang saw snow falling from the sky, and the snow was being blown everywhere by the strong wind. The cave entrance is only guarded by the Ice Demon and Fire Divine Palace's fellows. There aren't many people in the depths, and it's very dark. Long Shui said. Chen Shang took a deep breath, turned himself into a thumb-sized drop of snow, and floated towards the cave. If he became a butterfly or something like that, it would definitely arouse suspicion, and right now, there was already some snow that was as big as a goose feather blowing towards the cave. Chen Shang had sneaked into the snow and entered the cave along the wind. After entering, the lump of snow that was formed from Chen Shang rolled on the ground for a bit, and under the watchful eyes of the group of ice demons and people, it easily entered the depths of the cave, and successfully dove in. Chapter 1156. Although he could successfully sneak in, he was still worried that he would be discovered. If he alarmed the experts here, they might let the experts take the profound being back, and at that time, it would be very difficult for him to get hold of it. He did not want to miss this chance. This passage was very wide, so walking along it side by side with 7 or 8 people wasn't a problem. Based on Long Shui's state of mind when he went out to explore, he could see that there was a deep pit at the end of the passage that led to the underground palace, where he could directly jump into it. Halfway through, there was suddenly someone in front. Chen Shang immediately turned into a small stone, quietly sitting on the ground. What kind of people entered the profound cold ancient realm and actually annihilated one of our squadrons? That group of people are considered very strong in the current DTN's eyes, and they even brought a group of ice demons with them. They were all exterminated. Based on the situation with the life pearl splitting apart, they all died in batches. A person walked out of the tunnel and said, "It should not be them. There are also a few that have that kind of strength, but I have a feeling that if it wasn't them, for example, Zuo Junxuan who is going to guard the Devil Subduing College, Chen Shang who is going to guard the Devil Subduing College, he probably won't come here right now. His wife's divine weapons heavenly country is currently being harassed by the devil race. Forget it for now, since there's such a guy in profound cold ancient realm, we shouldn't go out during this period." Tap, tap, tap. Chen Shang who had turned into a small stone was kicked by one of the fellows, rolling on the ground. Bastard! Chen Shang secretly cursed in his heart. According to the conversation between the two, Fire Divine Palace already knew that the group of people were dead. Fortunately, he did not impersonate that group of people. Otherwise, he would have been easily discovered. After the two of them left, Chen Shang turned into a small worm and continued moving forward. This pit is very deep, and you can tell that it was built to allow for a large number of people to enter and leave. At this moment, he guessed that there should be a large number of people or ice demons in your underground palace. It was not easy for Chen Shang to descend either. There were many layers of formations around, and they could not be touched. Fortunately, his formation could be considered passable as well, as the formations laid along the way could be easily avoided. From this, it could be seen that this underground ice palace was extremely tight, but Chen Shang still managed to sneak in. Chen Shang roughly estimated that it was at least 2,000 meters deep. If it continued, there would be over 300 array formations, and if there was anyone that wanted to enter, there would be a special array master that would control the closing of the array formation, allowing those people to pass through. When Chen Shang went down, there were already a few people coming up from below. These people were all patrolling back and forth, and one could tell that they protected this place very well. Judging from the traces of digging, this must have been built more than 10 years ago. Long Shui said. More than 10 years ago, the Fire Divine Palace was already here. Chen Shang did not expect them to arrive so early. Arriving at the underground, it was yet another vast passage, but it was not very bright and was very suitable for Chen Shang to enter stealth. There were many people guarding here, although they were not very strong, but if this group of people worked together, Chen Shang was not confident in being able to kill them in one strike. Even if he could exterminate all of them in a short period of time, it would cause a huge commotion. If he did not have absolute confidence, Chen Shang would definitely not make a move, so he had already missed out on 2 people who possessed fire soul. They had to pass through this passage to reach the underground palace. Chen Shang went through a narrow crack at the middle of a thick metal door and arrived at a very grand hall. Even though it was very dark here, Chen Shang could see it very clearly. What is the Fire Divine Palace trying to do? To build a palace for their emperor in the future. But they shouldn't build an underground palace. Chen Shang thought in his heart. He carefully flew towards a door based on the memories he had swallowed. Behind the door was the road that led to the huge warehouse. That place was located at the center of the underground palace, and was just below it. On one hand, these array formations were to prevent people from barging in, and on the other hand, if anyone touched those array formations, they would alert the experts guarding this place, so Chen Shang was extremely careful. He had already walked a large portion of the way, and definitely would not fall short. There weren't any guards patrolling this path, but there were many extraordinary formations and they were all very powerful and very difficult to break through. If a very powerful formation master were to enter, it would take a few days to silently break through the formation. But Chen Shang only used more than 6 hours to pass it. He only understood how powerful the power of the ancient code was when he was here, otherwise he would not have been able to come here so easily. Of course, his current strength was still too weak and he was still unable to fully display the power of the spatial profound pearl. Otherwise, he could have easily gone to that warehouse. This warehouse is very powerful. I can feel that the terrifying icy cold power is being transported to a certain place. Could it be that there's something extraordinary up there? Long Shui said in shock. Can you check inside? Chen Shang asked. I couldn't detect it, but it's filled with the strange icy cold power that the profound being released. It's very dense, and you know that my consciousness can't see through the profound being, so my consciousness was blocked by the dense icy cold power. Long Shui said. In front of the warehouse, there was a huge sealed iron door. Chen Shang could only go through space to enter. I hope there's nothing powerful inside. Even if there is, it's best not to discover me. Chen Shang said in his heart. He, who had transformed into a mosquito, did not lose any strength in his body. Therefore, he could use the power of the laws of space to allow him to traverse the space through this door. Under normal circumstances, traveling through space would cause fluctuations in space, which could be easily felt by others, but he wouldn't. This was because the law of space he grasped was one with nature, so traveling through space was very natural. There's actually someone here. Chen Shang was shocked. Although he couldn't see anything from here, he could feel it. This warehouse was filled with profound being of all sizes. There were many different kinds and colors, and most of them could release light. Chen Shang estimated that there were at least 5,000 profound being here. Such a large number of profound being, and they were all of good quality. The released icy cold power were all extremely dense, which showed that the profound being that could be put into this place were all meticulously selected. As for whether or not there were any treasures inside, Chen Shang did not know right now. He did not have the time to check it out. What he needed to do was to wait for the people inside to leave, and then quickly move the profound being inside. Even if the profound being did not have any treasures, they would make him salivate just by looking at them. If he were to sell them, they would be of sky-high prices. These two fellows are very strong. I never thought that the Fire Divine Palace would actually hide such a powerful guy. Seems like they are at the late period of human immortal, or perhaps at the early stages of the immortal monarch. Chen Shang could feel that the two fire attribute innate Qs inside pierced through the dense icy cold power. However, even if these two rankers were powerful, they would need to use the power in their bodies to protect themselves from the icy cold power at all times. I wonder when we will be able to complete the orders from the higher-ups and revive the Ice Emperor. Sigh, why did we have to do it when the Ice Emperor was revived? The two of us came here and obtained quite a few fire souls, but none of us received any rewards. From the sound of it, this was a young man. When Chen Shang heard his words, he was extremely shocked. They actually wanted to revive a fellow called Ice Emperor. Little naughty dragon, do you know who this Ice Emperor is? He can't be as powerful as you, right? Chen Shang asked. How would I know? But I think it should be related to this profound cold ancient realm. Didn't that big white cat say that this place was filled with snow and ice before? Long Shui said. The white tiger did indeed say it again, but at that time, this place was also very dangerous. Even 10 Heaven's Supreme Lord and the white tiger did not dare to enter deeply, so what's with the appearance of the Ice Emperor here? Chen Shang started to think of a plan to move the profound being away without the two of them noticing. If he could get half of it, that would be good enough. Chapter 1157. Chen Shang did not dare make any big movements. The two guards in the warehouse were both strong. If he were to alarm the two of them, it might cause many stronger people to come over. So he had to be very careful, which made it even more difficult. Looks like we can only kill them. If they die, even if the people outside discover it immediately, they would need some time to rush over. You can take advantage of this time to take the profound being away. Long Shui said. Chen Shang did not agree with his thought. No, what if those people come really quickly? I think I can use the drunk god powder. They were just poisoned, and with their strength, they wouldn't be killed instantly by the poison. When they expel the poison, it would be me doing the deed. This will expose the drunk god magical poison, but they don't know your true identity, so it shouldn't be a big problem. You just need to hide your identity, and don't let them see through you. Long Shui said. You have to be careful, they will notify others to come over, for example, they will use communication jade symbol paper S. Chen Shang thought for a moment, then said, that's easy, keep an eye on them. If they want to use it, just destroy their jade talismans, you should be able to do it right. That's not a problem, I'll help you keep an eye on the outside, so you can act faster later. Chen Shang and Long Shui discussed for a while, but only this way was feasible. In another month, that whatever profounding will start, and at that time, we will definitely have the most profounding in the Fire Divine Palace. It's the strangest, and perhaps we can even sell it for a good price. The two men began to chat again. I heard that there are many famous forces that were not invited to the profounding society. It is said that at that time, we will also establish a profound ice city, and this city will specialize in selling profounding. This way, it will be easier for us to find the profounding's people to find a good place to look for our teammates, and at that time, we can all heh. Chen Shang already knew that this group of people from the Fire Divine Palace were not good people. He never thought that they would actually plot against him. If he didn't get rid of this place by itself, then in the future, those who would enter the profound cold ancient realm to search for profounding would mostly fall into the hands of the Fire Divine Palace. Right now, Chen Shang was sure that the reason the Fire Divine Palace gathered the profounding was to provide that kind of special icy cold power, so that a guy named Ice Emperor could revive. Since these profounding are here, then Ice Emperor must be here as well. Chen Shang really wanted to destroy this place, but this underground palace was extremely sturdy, and would not be easy to destroy. Furthermore, there should be other rankers protecting this place. If only Bai Xing was here, I could have let her use that secret method and summon some meteorites. Chen Shang turned into a hunchbacked old man, took out his death-haunting arrow and hid all of his presence to the extreme. Then, he quietly condensed his chi arrow and mixed the drunk god powder into it at the same time. Even if the two arrows could not pierce into the two people's bodies, the drunk god powder that burst out would be able to quickly enter their bodies, instantly paralyzing them and preventing them from moving or even talking, making them look like drunkards. When they went to look for the chaotic mountain in the future, the Super Yuan sect leader would know that it was the drunk god sent, and he would be the fastest one to run. This showed how terrifying the drunk god magical poison was. Chen Shang suspected that the Three Horns Dragon King was affected by this, and thus was killed by the Super Yuan sect leader. Just as the two of them were getting more and more excited, a swoosh sound was heard, and two dark arrows flew out. To be suddenly attacked in a place like this was very hard to imagine. It was because in their eyes, no one could come to this place without making a sound. Even if they did not expect that someone was here, the reaction of the two elderly men caused Chen Shang to be shocked. In that moment, they sensed that someone was ambushing them and immediately released a strong shield of qi, blocking the two hidden arrows that Chen Shang had shot out with his death-haunting arrow. Compared to the two elders, Chen Shang was still far behind in terms of strength, so he was easily able to block the chi arrow that he had condensed. Fortunately, he had already considered such a situation, so after being blocked by the chi arrow, it still exploded. Who is it? The old man let out a roar and quickly looked around, but he did not see anyone around. At that moment, the other old man's face fell. He quickly sat down cross-legged and circulated the power within his body to resist the strange energy that had suddenly appeared on his body. The power actually went as far as to numb his body. The old man who shouted also found out, his face ashen, because he recognized what the thing that paralyzed his strength was. It was one of the super old poison, the drunk god magical poison S. The drunk god powder S all entered the two old men's bodies. They would not be able to die nor move for a while, so they could only sit there and use all their strength to expel the poison. What Chen Shang wanted was this kind of effect. If these two people died, once their life origin orbs ruptured, it would be discovered by outsiders and Chen Shang wouldn't have the time to remove those profound bing. Although those two old men had ugly expressions on their faces, although they were unable to move, they opened their eyes. They wanted to see exactly who it was that had actually managed to use this sort of strange poison to ambush them. Very quickly, they saw a hunchbacked old man skillfully taking away the pieces of beautiful profound bing. In the blink of an eye, he had lost 4 or 5 of them, and it was by choosing the best one to take away as well. However, they could only bleed in their hearts. The profound bing here had taken them many years, and they had spent a lot of manpower and resources to collect it, but now it had been taken away by a hunchbacked old man. Quickly, it seems like someone noticed. Long Shui urged because she already heard some noise coming from outside. Chen Shang had already taken away more than 2,000 pieces, and there was still more than half of them here. If he wanted to take away these profound bing and touch them with his hands, he had already used his maximum speed. In the blink of an eye, there were more than 1,000 less profound bing left. The two old men sat in the middle and watched as the profound bings around them disappeared one by one, and they felt blood welling up in their hearts, but they could do nothing. They could only watch as the man brought the profound bing away. Had also felt that it was enough and rushed to the back of the two old men, releasing all the fire and chi from his body, and poured it into the bodies of the two old men. The two old men were just like ordinary people after being struck by the drunk god magical poison. Even though their bodies were strong, they would still become like tofu after being struck by the poison. Chen Shang waved his sleeves, collecting all the ashes, then turned into a mosquito and flew towards the direction of the big door. In the next moment, dozens of immortal grade rankers also rushed in, because the number of profound bing here suddenly decreased, and they did not have much icy cold power, so they could immediately feel that there was a problem here. Adding the fact that they were not able to contact the two elders with their jade talismans. After the group of people entered, they saw that there were so few profound bing here. All of them were extremely shocked and quickly searched, yet they could not find anything. Chen Shang was already familiar with the road, and quickly left the underground palace. After reaching the deep pit above, the people outside were also blocked by a group of experts, but Chen Shang easily passed through them. He could not destroy this place now, but he would definitely remember this matter. In the future, he would come again, and he also had to figure out who exactly this Ice Emperor was, to actually be able to put an effort to set up this underground palace. He also searched everywhere for profound bing S in order to revive him. In short, in Chen Zhang's opinion, the Ice Emperor was not a good person because he was mixed in with the Fire Divine Palace. In order to make things smooth, Chen Shang did not stop at all and continued to fly for several days and nights, leaving that underground palace behind without any restraint. This trip also allowed him to have a deeper understanding of the hidden strength in the Fire Divine Palace, and he needed to quickly inform LV Qinlian of this so that he would have an eye for the Fire Divine Palace. Chen Shang kept having the feeling that there might be Immortal King-level experts in the Fire Divine Palace. Chapter 1158, Chen Shang made a trip to the profound cold ancient realm. Although he did not enter any very dangerous depths, he had profited greatly, and the profound bing he obtained was probably the sum of the hard work of many great forces over many years. There was a total of 3,700 pieces, so he was not in a hurry to open them. He returned to the northern demon city, and then with that appearance, he came to the Sky Demon Pavilion. The charming demoness there welcomed him enthusiastically, yet LV Qinlian still hadn't returned. When he had previously been heading towards that underground palace, he had heard that LV Qinlian had been plagued by some troublesome matters. He was very curious about what had caused LV Chinlian, the demon empress, to go there for such a long time. Chen Shang was a distinguished guest here. He had called for the female owner of the Sky Demon Pavilion, a mature and attractive demoness. Where did your big sister go? Why hasn't she come back yet? Chen Shang was in a hurry to go to Demon Charming Association to help LV Chinlian look at the profound Bing. She went to take care of things. She should have mentioned to you that the spirit vein of our Demon Charming Association was taken away by someone else. The woman replied very gently. Where is that mine? I'll go find her and maybe I can help her. She's already so strong, and she's been working on it for so long. The ones who took over your mind shouldn't be weak, right? Chen Shang said. Yes, that group of people are very strong. Even now, we still don't know where they came from. Young master, I can tell you where Big Sis is now. If you have something urgent, you can go look for her. Some of the spirit demons here called LV Chinlian king while some even called her elder sister. In short, LV Chinlian did not have much prestige in the Demon Charming Association, even if it was outsiders. Furthermore, LV Chinlian's personality was very gentle, and he looked very amiable and approachable. Hence, the spirit demons in the Demon Charming Association got along well with her. After Chen Shang found out the location from the shopkeeper, he immediately rushed over. He wanted to ask LV Chinlian if he knew about the Ice Emperor, and he also wanted to see who the guy who dared to provoke the Demon Charming Association was, to actually be able to stall LV Chinlian for so long. The spirit vein was inside the demon realm, but it was very close to the human realm and belonged to the border region of the demon realm. After Chen Shang stepped into the demon realm, he passed by a large expanse of ice mountains that were covered in ice and snow, and he saw a rolling black cloud in the distance above him. Although they had seen it from afar, they could tell that the battle was extremely intense. LV Chinlian was controlled by the Demon Charming Association, and she had already transferred most of the Heaven Realm's power to DTN. Although she was called the Demon Empress, there were even more people who called her the Poison King on DTN. Therefore, Chen Shang was extremely shocked. Furthermore, he guessed that the person who was fighting LV Chinlian should be able to suppress LV Chinlian's poison, and have the same strength as him, otherwise it wouldn't be like this. This caused Chen Shang to be secretly worried in his heart. He originally thought that other than the White Tiger and LV Chinlian, there was no one else with great strength that could compare to LV Chinlian in DTN, but now such a strong guy suddenly appeared. Furthermore, it seems that he was stronger than LV Chinlian. Previously, Chen Shang had mentioned to the owner of the Sky Demon Pavilion that the person who suddenly appeared to seize the Demon Charming Association's spirit vein had a mysterious background. Thinking of this, Chen Shang became even more worried. No wonder this power dared to take over Demon Charming Association's spirit vein. So it turns out that they had a powerful rancor supporting them, and they seemed to be doing it on purpose to steal it, and provoke the Demon Charming Association. Could it be that it was to lure LV Chinlian out? Could already see that there were many seductive spirit beasts in Demon Charming Association holding onto weapons and fighting with a group of people who were unable to tell whether they were male or female. The people who were fighting with the group of spirit beasts in Demon Charming Association were also demons, but they were extremely beautiful, with a slim figure and long hair that covered their shoulders, making them difficult to distinguish between males and females. These guys all have the smell of snakes. Don't tell me they're all snake demons, and from their aura, they seem to be ancient foreign species. It's said that these snakes can change their surname to either female or male, depending on the situation so that they can continue their reproduction and maintain the orthodoxy of their bloodline. Long Shui said in surprise. With just a few steps, Chen Shang rushed into the battlefield. He formed a palm blade with his hand, using Holy Spirit Qi, he arrived behind a fighting devil snake, aimed his attack at the monster's back, and slashed out with his blade. Chen Shang used the devil-suppressing holy power on top of its lightning speed and slashed down, causing the snake demon's throat to shatter. At the same time, the female spirit who was fighting the snake demon also pierced through the snake demon's chest. Where's Sister Lien? Is she fighting with a very powerful guy? Chen Shang hurriedly asked the spirit demon lady. These are all evil snake demons, they came from Evil Snake Mountain, I don't know why such a force suddenly appeared. In short, every 2 or 3 days, these fellows would come out to provoke us. She recognized Chen Shang, a VIP from the Sky Demon Pavilion. Now that she had come to help, she was naturally very happy, and this VIP was also very strong. Evil Snake Demon, don't you all know how to use poison? Why don't you use poison to deal with them? Chen Shang punched a serpent demon that was charging towards her from the side. 3 thunderous booms sounded and released 3 layers of devil-subduing method power, causing the snake demon's head to explode into pieces. The female spirit was completely shocked, because the devil-suppressing holy power and devil-subduing method that Chen Shang used was extremely terrifying. These guys aren't afraid of poison. Even our big sister can't kill these little devil snakes with her most powerful poison. We just need to use the normal method to fight these devil snakes. Many of her sisters were injured. She hoped that Chen Shang could help the other spirit demon beings. After Chen Shang asked about the details of the situation, he immediately went to help the spirit demon beings who were trapped in the bitter battle. Although these spirit demons normally used poison, under the situation where they did not use poison, their fighting strength was still extremely strong. The sudden addition of Chen Shang into the battle made the serpent demons furious, because he had killed one of them with one move. The devil-subduing method that he used was the very terrifying power of these serpent demons. It not only easily dispelled the evil energy in their bodies, it also had the mystical ability to fight against demons, and it could cause huge injuries to them. If combined with the devil-suppressing holy power, as well as the profound meaning of the word, suppress, by the holy devil-suppressing seal, Chen Shang could kill a serpent demon with one slap. He had initially wanted to suppress the Demon Charming Association's female goblin, then kill them all, or capture some of them back alive. However, he did not expect that such a perverted person like Chen Shang would suddenly appear, and cause the group of snake demons' plans to be disrupted. Clear thunderclaps sounded out one after another, and the devil snakes were also relatively fewer in number. At this time, the evil woman's aura also became stronger, and since they had more of them, the situation quickly reversed, and the devil snakes were completely suppressed by the evil woman. Although these female demons were all cute and dainty, when they attacked, they were not as slow as they used to be. The long swords danced in the air and blood splattered everywhere. Broken limbs were scattered all over the ground. Very quickly, this group of little devil snakes were completely annihilated, and not far away, there were even stronger snake demon and the evil woman fighting. There were only a few of them, and those devil snakes knew that the little devil snakes that they brought with them were exterminated, and they became furious, immediately calling over a sturdy devil snake which was roughly at the nirvana tribulation level. This devil snake was different from the other beautiful devil snakes. This devil snake had a distinct male body, a fierce-looking face, a set of stiff black armor, and a huge black blade in his hand. He wildly rushed forward, trampling the corpses of the devil snakes into a pile of meat paste. Chen Shang stood in front of the group of female demons who were terrified by the application, and said in a deep voice, "Leave this guy to me, do your best to find a safe place to hide. If you two are safe, your big sis can fight with more peace." LV Qinlian was close to these female demons, so she was sure that she was extremely anxious right now. This was the first time they had met such a fellow who was not afraid of poison. Chapter 1159. I had thought that the spirit demons of the Demon Charming Association were all female. Could it be that all of you are like us, able to turn one of you into a male when you need them? An extremely handsome man with phoenix eyes said with a magnetic voice. This handsome man's palms were pressed tightly against LV Qinlian's jade palms. His palms were actually as beautiful as LV Qinlian's, and they were even more slender and tender. The two demon kings were fighting each other. This was an extremely dangerous action. Evil Snake King, shouldn't you worry about your subordinates now? LV Qinlian's voice was cold, but she secretly heaved a sigh of relief in her heart. Even though she and Evil Snake King were far away, she could still see the situation from afar. She knew that Chen Shang was here, so with him here, her Demon Charming Association demon would be much safer. If we work together, then DTN will become our world in the future. If we work together, we can steal the resources that DTN has now, and that will allow us to progress further in our strength, but right now, we are only sharing the resources evenly. Don't tell me that you are willing to continue like this, and wait for DTN to return to how he was back then. For the experts of the 9 heavens of Heaven realm to rush over, there is simply no place for you to speak. Evil Snake King said, a pair of beautiful eyes that could make women jealous filled with enchantment. Let me be your woman. PFF'd, don't even think about it. Back then, before I transformed into a human, I was almost swallowed by you several times. I don't want to be with someone like you who wants to swallow me at any moment. LV Qinlian shouted in anger. Don't you like men? Then I can become a woman as well. Evil Snake King laughed out loud. HMPH. LV Qinlian was secretly anxious. She really wanted to release the bizarre poisonous scent on her body, but no matter how she thought about it, those poisonous scent would not come out. She still could not completely control them. If she used drunk god powder then she was also worried that evil Snake King would be able to escape even if she was poisoned. When the time came, they would spread the rumors that she possessed this unique poison, and she would be in even more danger. Actually, I quite admire you. You've already gotten used to using poison. I didn't think that the innate chi in your body would be so powerful. The evil Snake King said. You should care about your men. LV Qinlian was paying attention to where Chen Shang was, and the sturdy snake demon that was flying towards Chen Shang made her feel uneasy. As long as that brat dies, all of your imps will fall into our hands. That is the last resort that I left behind. You and I both know, the reason why we are unable to continue staying in the heaven realm is because we do not have much power in the middle levels, and are all small fries. If not for us, who are king-level existences, we would have all been captured by him. Although many of Evil Snake King's subordinates had been killed, he did not feel any heartache at all. This time, you will definitely lose to me. I can already see the fear hidden deep within your eyes. You are worried about your little demoness. You worry too much and you will never be able to progress. The Evil Snake King laughed sinisterly. LV Qinlian shouted coldly, shut up, the one who will definitely lose is you. When have you ever been able to defeat me, you heartless and heartless fellow, let alone me, you will never understand the power a group possesses. This is also the reason why Ten Heaven's Supreme Lord could be called Emperor for many years. The one standing in front of Chen Shang was a sturdy giant who was taller than him. He held a gigantic wolf teeth club in his hands, and his fierce-looking face was filled with malevolence and killing intent. A pair of eyes that were filled with a strange green light was staring at Chen Shang. Human, I never thought that you would actually be together with these spirit demons. The spirit demons from Demon Charming Association are beginning to raise men, ha ha ha. While laughing, this big fellow swung his staff horizontally, the strength behind it was very terrifying. It caused the space to fluctuate, and it seemed like it was about to split open. The most shocking thing was that this was only the strength of the physical body. The spirit demon girls who were hiding in the distance were all shocked, their hearts full of worry for Chen Shang. They could tell that the big guy was much stronger than Chen Shang. That is the evil Snake Mountain Snake General. We do not know how strong this kind of Snake General is, but we do know that their bodies are soaked in some evil techniques. Not only their bodies are strong, the evil force in their bodies are also like that. Young Master Shen, you have to be careful. None of them were stupid, they had already figured out Chen Zhang's identity. Only Chen Shang was able to use the devil-suppressing holy power and control its profoundness. Although he had strong limbs, his brain was not simple at all. He laughed sarcastically. A guy like you should become a woman, you don't have the guts to accept the challenge, you're not even comparable to those female demons. A cyan light flashed in Chen Zhang's palm, and a large cyan shining blade appeared out of nowhere. The blade was surrounded by cyan dragon mist, and as Chen Shang injected the devil-suppressing holy power, it released a golden mist, accompanied by a weak dragon cry. Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword. Originally, he was relatively calm, but in his heart, there was an unspeakable unease. Originally, he had victory in his grasp, but suddenly a Chen Shang appeared out of nowhere. You are Chen Shang. The Snake General looked at the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword in Chen Zhang's hands and felt an incomparable threat. When the light shone on his body, it was as if flames were burning his body. Chen Shang sneered. Originally, I only liked using this blade to slay dragons. Seeing that your snake has some power, I will let you die with this blade. The Snake General was furious in his heart, he raised his spiked mace and flew towards Chen Shang, his speed suddenly increasing. Damn human, don't think that you can use this blade to kill me. I am not one of those useless soldiers. The snake would let out an earth-shaking roar, allowing him to dispel the fear he had of the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword. Chen Shang laughed in his heart. There were many shrimp soldiers and crab generals who died under his blade, but there were also many powerful fellows like the Prince Imperial Dragon. The mace swung wildly, emitting waves of terrifying evil chi. It was as if a demon from hell was howling miserably, it was absolutely horrifying. Chen Shang had already revealed his identity, and was not concealing his strength at all right now. Taking a step forward, the shrinking step skillfully dodged, and at the same time brandishing out the divine blade, the devil-suppressing holy power flowed endlessly, charging into the divine blade. Boom, Boom, boom. In that instant, an incomparably shocking sound resounded through the horizon, shaking the heavens. The burst of holy light was even brighter than sunlight, causing the sun and moon to lose their luster. The ground had been destroyed to the point that it was full of holes and dust was flying everywhere. But at this time, he could see a very safe and broad-back figure. Following the scattering of the dust, those charming female demon spirits whose faces were filled with fear saw that the snake general's wolf fang mace had already exploded into a mess, scattering all over the ground. This snake general's body is so strong, yet it still can't block one of his slashes. Dragon subduing school's leader is indeed as strong as the rumors say. He is good-looking, and his strength is so strong. Fortunately, we did not make him our enemy and even established a good relationship with him. Otherwise, the consequences would have been unimaginable. No wonder elder sister treats him so well. So he isn't an ordinary brat. The spirit demon beings behind were all discussing, their eyes flickering with the light of love as they looked at Chen Shang. Chen Shang slowly let out a breath of golden mist. Just now, he had used the power of the holy devil suppressing seal in order to heavily injure the snake general with that blade. He paused for a moment, allowing the innate chi in his body to become much smoother, and immediately traveled through space, arriving in front of the snake general. One of the arms of the snake general was destroyed, but the other was completely undamaged. However, the moment he raised his foot, he was ruthlessly kicked by Chen Shang. The bottom of his feet was filled with golden devil suppressing holy power, and upon stepping on it, 10 thunderclaps suddenly sounded out. The power of the devil subduing method pierced through the thick arm, and was crushed to pieces by Chen Zhang's stomp, as though he was stepping on tree juice. Chen Shang looked at the roaring snake general indifferently. He kept his green dragon demon slain broadsword and said with disdain, "Looks like you are not worthy enough for me to use this blade to kill you." Finished speaking, Chen Zhang's fist was like cast gold, spitting out power that shook the earth. He punched towards the snake general's head. Chapter 1160. The snake was about to be killed by Chen Shang, and the group of female demons were cheering as they ran over, wanting to see Chen Zhang's true appearance at a closer distance. "Ladies, all of you leave this place first. This place is currently very dangerous." Chen Shang looked at the few goblin ladies in the distance. They were all being entangled by a group of powerful snake generals. "Chen Shang, these serpent demons all came from the sky demon realm. I don't know when they moved to DTN, but they were very cunning and hid themselves until now. The strongest part of these serpent demons is that they can withstand many strong poisons, but they themselves aren't good at using poison, because they don't have the patience to grow poisonous flowers or poisonous plants, so their goal is to swallow our demon charming association." LV Qinlian whispered to Chen Shang from very far away, allowing him to understand the origins of these devil snakes. Perhaps, it would be of some help to him. If it was a demon, even if their strength was stronger than Chen Shang by a few levels, as long as Chen Shang used his full strength, he would be able to shake him. Right now, he was holding onto the heavy green dragon demon slain broadsword, and was sprinting towards another battlefield in the distance. If it was a worldly immortal, Chen Shang might not dare to rush over like that, but if it was a demon or demon immortal, with his cultivation of devil suppressing holy power and the demon subduing martial arts, coupled with holy devil suppressing seal and green dragon demon slain broadsword, these special tools to restrain demons, he would be able to fight with them. The fighting devil snakes had already sensed a surge of energy that was extremely dangerous to them. Earlier, they felt that this wave of energy was still far away, but the speed at which it was moving was so terrifying that it caused them to tremble in fear. Demon Charming Association's Banshee Immortals also felt the strong sense of threat, but the aura of the power was not directed at them. Furthermore, they already knew that someone was helping them, but they did not care who. "He's coming," a serpent demon shouted in shock, because Chen Shang had suddenly appeared. Just a moment ago, he was still far away, but in the blink of an eye he had arrived in front of them. They came. Just as these two words were shouted out, a green arc of blade light appeared, slanting towards the back of one of the devil snakes. Although the devil snakes was not cut into two, the cut on its back was very deep, the bones on its back were almost cut, and the two halves only had a thin layer of flesh and skin connecting them. Adding the devil suppressing holy power, even if the serpent demon didn't die, it was already extremely uncomfortable. That kind of power was like burning his soul, and his body was even tormented by that kind of power until it felt like it was in a blazing furnace. Chen Zhang's arrival had pleasantly surprised the female demons of Demon Charming Association, but those serpent demons were filled with anger and fear, especially the green dragon demon slain broadsword that was radiating holy light. They hated and feared the aura that was being released. Swoosh! A banshee immortal thrusted her sword out like lightning, piercing into the body of the snake demon that was just hacked by Chen Shang, directly piercing through the snake demon's beast core. This damnable fellow, everyone attack him together. Let's kill him first, otherwise we'll all die. A charming snake demon gritted his teeth and shouted. You won't succeed. One of the Demon Charming Association's female demons shouted coldly. Sisters, don't let them hurt young Master Shen, you have to hold them back. There were 7 serpents, and 5 female immortals. Therefore, it had been extremely strenuous for them. Some of the female immortals had shocking injuries on their bodies, causing their hearts to ache. They were even aiming at Chen Shang. Looking at their aggressive appearance, it was as if they were planning to use all their strength to break through the defenses of the Banshee Immortals and then kill Chen Shang together. Holy Dragon's Bind, Chen Shang said in his heart, and a burst of golden light suddenly appeared on the ground. Just as the snakes stepped into the golden ground, they saw that a golden holy dragon had come out from the ground and wrapped itself around the legs of the snakes, causing them all to stop moving. It has to be said that after Chen Shang refined the Prince Imperial Dragon into a holy dragon pellet, he ate that holy dragon pellet and allowed him to wield the power of the holy dragon. This kind of power was the same as the devil-suppressing holy power, it was extremely destructive towards demons. But if he had to deal with snakes, the power of the holy dragon would be even more powerful, because snakes were even more afraid of dragons. All of a sudden, she was entangled with this holy force that carried a dense dragon aura, causing all the devil heart snakes to be extremely terrified. The female immortal from the Demon Charming Association was originally prepared to die together with the snake demons, but they did not expect Chen Shang to have such a plan, causing them to be overjoyed. Their killing intent became even stronger. The 5 slim and beautiful female demons were emitting a strong killing intent as they arrived beside the serpent demons. They swung their swords and pierced fiercely, causing blood to spurt out of the serpent demons' bodies. The blood blossomed and danced with the elegant and graceful sword wielded by the fairy, causing the scene to be extremely beautiful but also extremely bloody, which was so strange that it caused one's heart to tremble. It had to be said that these devil snakes were extremely powerful. Although they couldn't move, they used all their strength to protect their vital parts. Although there were many bloody holes on their bodies, they were still alive. However, when they saw Chen Shang, who was standing not too far away, suddenly walking over, their expressions became even uglier. They could already see the divine blade in Chen Zhang's hand killing them. The holy dragon's binding could not hold on for long, and the devil snakes still had a powerful force in them. While protecting themselves, they resisted the force that was binding them under their feet. Hey, 3 of the Banshee Immortals seemed to connect their hearts together. As the devil snakes broke free from their bindings, they thrust out their swords, piercing through the defense of the devil snakes, and even the heavenly core of the devil snakes. At this moment, the devil snake sect was riddled with injuries and had no desire to fight. They only wanted to escape, but the Banshee Immortal would not let them escape so easily. Chen Shang did not dare to use his devil-suppressing holy power on a large area, as he was worried that he would harm the female demons. Now that the situation had been completely reversed, he did not need to use any more strength. Weren't you planning to kill me just now? Why are you running now? Chen Shang took a step forward, teleporting through space until he arrived in front of the female serpent demon. His thighs condensed with vigorous devil-suppressing holy power, he swung his leg towards the female serpent demon's face. What was most shocking was that when Chen Zhang's leg landed on the female serpent demon's face, it caused several thunderous booms to ring out. The snake demon cried out miserably as she was sent flying. Coincidentally, there was a Demon Charming Association fairy waiting there. When she flew over, she swung her sword and struck down, breaking the snake demon's waist and even smashing the heaven pill on her feet. As the number of devil snakes decreased, the immortal banshees grew more and more imposing, and soon, another 2 devil snakes were killed. Used the shrinking step to quickly swim around the battlefield, and from time to time, he would attack the serpent demons, slashing across the mountain, kicking on the ground and punching on the ground, breaking the defensive capabilities of the serpent demons, while the female demons always worked together with Chen Shang to eliminate the serpent demons after Chen Shang attacked the serpent demons. After a while, the ground was filled with the remnants of the snake demons. Chen Shang released a flame and burned the bloody things on the ground. Although the female demons were injured, it did not affect their charm. Right now, all of their faces were full of flirtatious smiles as they shot glances at Chen Shang. 2 of them even ran over to ask if Chen Shang was injured. What kind of deal does this Chen Shang have with you two to actually stand up for you two? As far as I know, this kid does not lack women. Evil Snake King's face became ugly. All the subordinates that he brought with him had all died, although he did not care on the surface, but his heart was in pain, because they were the elites of Evil Snake Mountain. LV Qinlian laughed out loud. You will never know what a friend is. Chen Shang is my friend, so he will naturally help me, and he doesn't need anything in return. If he has any difficulties, I will also do my best to help him. Humph, don't be arrogant. Do you think that I only have a little bit of strength? Do you think that I would not hesitate to use Do Force in such a dangerous manner in order to stall you? Evil Snake King channeled the dense demonic energy in his body, causing his palm to turn red all of a sudden, and released traces of red mist.